Yo, what y'all on, man? What y'all on? It's my first time broadcasting live, so y'all forgive me. Just trying something. We got some people on here from around the way, from around the world, different cities and shit. You know how they say all around the world the same song. There's a lot of shit going on in these trenches. So I brought a couple of people so they could tell y'all their stories, some jail stories, but at the end, all of it's gonna be a message and a life lesson learned. So y'all can learn something, repeat this shit to y'all kids and show them. Shout out Cali. Shout out Cali for sure. I got my boy Red Lucius on. I got my boy Red Lucius coming in here. I got my boy I got one of the Latin Kings from the city, man. From Humboldt Park, man. He moved from Humboldt Park, man. Now he in Atlanta chilling, man. Got him coming on here. Shout out Anthony McCoy, man. Shout out Anthony McCoy. They would need to collect that mic and cam before you can add them to the stream. Hey Lucius, it's saying that you got to add your mic and your camera to the stream. It's telling you how to do it when you looking at it. It's saying that you got to add your mic and your camera to the stream.
Shit. You can hear me now?
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you on here, but you're not on YouTube, bro. You got to add the stream on YouTube, bro.
So I gotta go to YouTube?
You got to click that stream in your inbox, bro. I sent you a stream.
Yeah, I clicked it.
All right, so click and follow the steps. It's gonna tell you give them permission to open up your mic and stuff.
But this video's the stream. All right, let me see.
They'll be on here shortly. What's up, y'all? Though, what's up, y'all? Thank y'all for supporting me. This is my first time streaming live, so just give me a minute. They coming on. They gonna tell y'all these stories, man. Some jail stories, some street stories. It's called All Around the World, same song with trenches, man. This the first episode. Yeah, he don't know how to work the East Side man. No, y'all got that screws, Grandpa. You know he don't got all this shit. Chick with the juice in the building. Chick with the juice in the building. Hold on, chick with the juice. This a lady, man. This for all the females out there, man. This a strong black woman I'm finna bring on here, man. This chick with the juice, man. She doing it big. She gonna let y'all know about her though. But hold on. Give me 1 minute. Shout out Jordan Vrahman, man. Shout out Jordan Vrahman, man, for the love and support of the channel. Y'all tell Chick is in there. Chick is in there, man. Tap in, Chick. Tap in. Let's do it. Shout out to Philly, man. Shout out to Philly.
Swiper, what it do?
We got Queen Lotus, the legendary New Yorker. Hey, Queen Lotus.
What's going on with you?
Man, none trying to get this message out here to the people. You know, you in New York, that's a good thing. That's why I reached out to you, because I know you out there with the same thing going on like Chicago and Philly
Right.
and everywhere else. So I wanted you to talk to these females, because you know females playing a big part of this. You know what's going on, whether they watching their kids or they in a mix with it. So you know.
So what I would say to the females is, try to stay out these men's business. Try to give as much positive advice as you can. Stick around with your boys, talk to your boys, make sure you know what's going on in their life. You know, you can't remove yourself. You got to know what's going on nowadays. And I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's just gotten so far. It's hard to think what to do, to tell you to do. I just basically what we got to do is bring the love back. It used to be people who was snakes and was doing people dirty. They was the ones that was getting knocked off, not the good guys. You know what I'm saying? But over time, that shit changed. We got to get back to that.
I agree. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with that. Hey, Queen, like from when you was coming up, and to now, what's the major difference that you see and the difference between then when you was coming up and now?
The honor is gone. I hear a lot of people say that there's no honor amongst thieves, but I explained this to people a lot of times. The people that was in the streets, they did have honor. They did have rules that they went by. It didn't matter where you came from. It was always rules that had to be followed. And the ones that wasn't going by the rules was the ones that wasn't allowed to get money and rock with the rest of them that was getting money. So they were the ones that became the thieves, and they was the ones that ruined the honor. So I think we got to get back to I think the codes that was transferred to the youth underneath us trenches, underneath
Yeah.
like your last generation, that's when the code started getting lost in translation, when it was being transferred. Important shit was left out and not, really, let me see, enforced. So then it just got out of hand, and that's where we are now. We seeing the results of that.
That's yes, that's true indeed. That's true indeed. Why do you think the youth don't listen to the older people who try to tell them something? Why do you think like they
The
be like get up?
The first thing they did to mess that up from our generations, where the parents, you had to listen, and older people, you listen to them, was when they came up with that law that if you beat your children, the kids could go and tell on their parents. That was one of the things that they instituted that separated our generation from the youth, and also it created it took away the discipline tactics that we used to have in urban communities, because we used to get our asses beat. Okay, so and it worked. I'm sorry, it worked, because when we stopped getting our asses beat, look what happened. You know what I'm saying?
No discipline. Discipline plays a big part. Discipline does play a big part. Cause them ass whoopings, it reminds you of not to do it. You know. Shout out to Jules, man. Shout out to Jules in the building, man, from Chicago, Humble Park, man.
Peace, Jules.
You can hear Jules?
He. Do you have your mic on? Did you click your mic? It's a thing there when you come in that you got to say enable your mic.
Yeah, I got that. I did that already.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Shout out to Latino community. He is representing the Latino community and all that. So yeah, I told you I
¿Qué
was gonna
pasó,
get
Jules?
on.
Yo soy Latina también. I'm black
See?
and Latina.
You know, New York, y'all blended in with everything, so you gotta know it.
That's why I
Yeah,
got the
but
best
it,
of
it,
both
it all
worlds.
it all started in Chicago though. It really did.
Y'all go, Jules. Jules, welcome to Trenches News, man. You a big supporter of Trenches News,
Yeah.
and you introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about yourself, man.
My name is Jules Andalusi. Andalusi is named after a land in Spain, where my people are from, like the Moors and the Spanish of that area. And so, like I was saying, the Latin King organization itself, it really started even before 1954. It started in the 1940s, where it wasn't really named that yet. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of different cliques that were amongst each other, mostly Puerto Ricans because of the area. Same thing in New York. When you think about Latin Kings, you're mostly going to think about Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and then some Italians, because Italians are allowed in Latin Kings. If you guys didn't know that, you know what I mean. And so
Well,
yeah, that's why you'll see people that are straight look like white boys that'll be in the Latin Kings too, because Italians, because of the Latin heritage. Yeah, so it started in 1954s, and a lot of the beefs like we see that even going on today, and like he said, it started in Humboldt Park. in Chicago. And between the 40s, late 40s, and up until 1954, where it really got organized, when you got the crowns and the 5 points and the different lessons. And the same thing, like how a 5% will have lessons. Latin Kings, we have lessons as well. You know what I mean? Where, like, say, even if we could sell drugs, we weren't allowed to use drugs. You know what I mean? We could only throw up the sign with our right hand. We couldn't sit cross-legged. You have to eat with your right knee up to show honor. Like, there's certain things. It's like how it is today, where we actually, even the gangs today, even though some of them end up crashing, but a lot of times we have honor. You know what I mean? Amongst ourselves, we're just in economic depression. And so you see what you see. People rob each other, people slime each other, people, it's all about the money. You know what I mean? But I think what my goal was that if we can get people into the studio or into helping the youth, like how you trying to do, adopting some of the orphans that are coming off of the drill scene from people dying, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we could start doing things like that, opening up youth centers and stuff like that, I think that even if it's a small percentage of the kids that we can get off the street, then that's the main goal. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not here to glorify this. Like I look at it as like hood stories. Like you need to know these stories because it's not a soap opera. You know what I mean? It's there as a lesson for you to not do what we did growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was locked up. I did slimy stuff in jail. You know what I'm saying? That nobody could be proud of. You know what I'm saying? And then we glorify it. You know what I mean? We end up glorifying it. And then the other side of that spectrum, though, is that people have to understand how deep it gets and how deep the wounds get. Because if somebody was to take out your brother, you would want to take him out, Swiper. You know what I'm saying? That's how, I mean, and then your boys are going to be on you like, you didn't get back yet? You didn't get back yet? You didn't get back yet? So we're trying to cut the root of that, where people don't hurt each other. And so those feelings don't have to keep coming about, because it's not going to stop. Because if people keep taking each other out, it's going to go back and forth. There's 1,000+ murders in Chicago right now.
Well, it's a matter of, let me
And-
interject here with you, Jules. It's a matter of people realizing that for the greater good, not for your own ego and how you feel, but for the greater good, we're going to have to stop. Regardless of how you feel about your emotions, if you lost someone, we have all lost someone. I lost someone, I could have got them killed, and I didn't allow it to happen. So it can be done. You understand what I'm saying? You can still live on knowing that someone did something to hurt your loved one and you didn't get them back. It's not really your choice to get them back. It says it. People, everybody talk about the Bible, and it says that, you're not supposed to take vengeance. You're supposed to leave vengeance up to God. So, I mean, when we didn't do that, when we ignored that law from the Most High, look what happened. We lost a lot of Latino brothers. We lost a lot of Black brothers. That's not going to work.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work. But the only reason I brought it up is because it's real. It's a reality. You know what I mean? Because on the other side of that, I could say, well, the Bible says that an eye for an eye. You know what I mean? So people interpret things different. And so the way that we come about it is that we come to a neutral ground amongst each other, where people can actually communicate amongst each other and live amongst each other without the hate, without the self-hate, and to try to build something. Like, how many people, Swiper, right? How many people that you know and that I know are nice in the rap game, but they don't allow themselves to have the opportunity because they're addicted to the street life, right?
A lot of them. That's true.
A lot of them. The most talent comes out of Chicago. Everybody knows that. But a lot of our favorite rappers are gone, right? So we're listening to ghosts, right?
But this is what I think Lotus. This is what I think Queen Lotus getting at. She like, okay, we understand that. We understand what happened. But if we keep on going on, then Vaughn said it the best. King Vaughn said it the best. We're gonna play the game until all the players are dead.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
And
that's
worldwide.
The hairs don't stand up on the back of your neck when you think about that. You're gonna play the
Hell
game.
Yeah.
Everybody dead.
It's a worldwide thing, just like rap started here, right? And it spread out. Because at that time we had the energy. So in New York City, we had the energy, we created hip hop. But it bounces. That energy of creativity bounces from state to state. So now it's Chicago. Chicago had that energy now to create what they was going to create. Take that ball, run with it, do what they was going to do. And they knew this. Let me tell you something, Jules. In New York City, when hip hop was created, it was Puerto Ricans and black people that created hip hop. Not
Definitely.
it wasn't just black people. We was together. It wasn't
Yeah.
even the only time we call somebody that you would know they was Puerto Rican is if a black person had the name Tony and a Puerto Rican person had the name Tony. We would say
Yeah.
Puerto Rican Tony. But there
Yep.
was no difference between us. You understand
No.
what I'm saying? Except for maybe language, which we picked up. Black people was picking up. We was one. And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was deteriorated. So there's a lot of
I
things that
agree.
they did. They took hip hop and they weaponized it. And it was put on the
True.
internet when it happened in Chicago, because by that time we had the internet, and there you go. It was shown to the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember the times of KRS-One and Chuck D and all the positive hip hop too. So I miss those days.
Well,
I
there was
really
a
do.
meeting in 1993 that when they started opening the private prisons, and a lot of these industry people was giving money towards the private prisons, investing in it. They had a meeting and told these moguls that they no longer wanted this conscious rap to be at the forefront of hip hop.
Exactly.
And
And
what
that's
we're
when you
seeing,
got, and that's
mhm.
why we love them. And the thing about hip hop is that if a beat is good and it smacks, we're gonna love it. That's why NWA came out, and that they weren't spitting nothing but negativity, but that they was jamming. Snoop Dogg was jamming. Like the different people were talking about things that we obviously know are wrong. But that's why I say that even people with talent, they have to get up to that level. You have to have beats like that, like the ones that are spitting everything negative. You got to step up to that plate and do it the same way. If not, who gonna want to listen to you?
Well, the thing is, they're not looking for artists that talk like that. They're not
No,
signing artists that talk like that.
true.
They're signing artists that talk about murder, death, kill. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Because
a
now
profit. It's a
that's
profit.
that's right.
It's a
And that's why
profit.
the people that listen have to be aware more of what they're co-signing. Because them going and supporting this and generating all that money for these record labels is backing them up for what they're trying to do and instilling our kids.
That's true. That's true. It's like I seen a certain artist recently. He made a video, and the person signing him had like a whole bunch of money on the table and some bottles and all these different types of things. And what that does is that's like that's a way to trick a person into giving them a large sum of money up front, but they'll never read the contract because they're so happy. You know what I
Well,
mean?
they
So I
took the
think that
money
that's
off
what's
the
happening
street.
to a lot of our people, and so you get backdoored from your own from your own studio and from your own manager and from your own in a financial way. It doesn't even have to be lethal, but it's going to be lethal to your career. So I think that's why if you see here, we try to deal with business management, with different things like this, where it's gonna like ignite our kids' minds to do something other than just live out what they see in the videos.
All
Well,
right,
we got
okay. I got a I got a question for you guys. All right, we got a pastor here. I don't know, you guys might not know him, but his name is Pastor Brooks. Okay. Now Pastor Brooks is asking for $12 million to build a center along King Drive. Now may I imagine you, King Drive is Parkway, O Block, whatever you want to call it. That's their neighborhood. Who else can go to the center? Who with the $32 million center benefit? I mean, yeah, y'all
One,
understand what I'm saying?
they're
Like,
not going to invest all of that money into that center. That's propaganda and game. Because remember, they want to sell O Block.
mm-hmm.
Remember that. So what they're trying to do is change their community over there as any way that they can, or show that they're trying to change it in the hype of they're going to take over. They're going to do what they did here in New York City. They're
Yeah,
going
in
to start
Brooklyn.
re-gentrifying. Right. That's what they're
Mm-hmm.
going to start doing.
right, because I ain't understand it. I'm like, okay, you asked for 32 million, but it's only gonna be one block that can go there. You see what I'm saying? By the territory, by being on their territory, no one else will be able to go there. So it's like it's
Exactly.
for nothing. But it makes sense what you're saying, Queen, because at the end of the day, it's a business move to show them that why we need to kick them out their buildings.
Well, New York and Chicago is so close in demographic proximity. Like we're just almost like the same city. except Chicago is just a little bit smaller, and the laws over here is a little more tougher because we had the five families here, and when they broke down the five families and the street dudes, the drug
Mm-hmm.
dealers, they made those laws. They put those laws in place. But the same thing that they was doing over there now, I seen it happen over here already. So I can kind of like predict what they're doing because they're trying to do the same thing in Chicago, what they did over here. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna start gentrifying. I know it's still violent over there. R.I.P. to all these young men and women that we're losing out there. But they're gonna start changing. I'm telling y'all right now out there, if y'all listening and y'all gang banging out there in Chicago, be careful, slow down, because they're
Have to.
gonna start coming in and rounding up people by the numbers, y'all. I seen it already happen here. Okay, they was rounding up 100 people at a time in each project area, each area where the violence was at. So they
Yeah,
only did that not because they care, but they wanted to finish cleaning up the city because so they could bring up the prices and
exactly.
regentrification.
Yeah, yeah. It's all about land.
It's all about land.
Yeah.
So do you think? Oh, what's your theory about the like the hijacking with the youngsters? Like that's 11 years old, 12-year olds.
Man,
What's your
it's
thought
worse
about
in
that?
the
Because at 11 years old, I wasn't thinking about no. I was in a projects. Baby
yeah.
kids was in the projects. We ain't never thought about doing half the stuff that they doing.
No, no, no. Even though I started breakdancing young, like when I was probably 6 years old, but I still wasn't thinking about taking somebody out until like I was probably 16 years old before I started getting deep into the game. You know what I
Well,
mean?
let me tell y'all
But
what I
that's way
observed.
too young. New York is worse. Like in that regard, there's shorties in New York that are 10, 11, 12 years old, like you said, that are really trying to get down.
But let me tell y'all what I observed. Right when y'all was growing up to the 2011 war that started in 2011, if I'm correct, that's when it really turned up over there. The show that was the number one show that they was giving accolades to was The Wire.
Yeah, The Wire. The
Yeah.
Wire was the show. The
Now,
Wire.
when I look at The Wire now, something told me to watch The Wire, y'all. I'm watching The Wire. I see how they took down some projects. And I see that when they took down the projects in this TV series, that's when the violence turned up. That's when they was going tit for tat, body for body in that TV series. And it looked like life imitated art because it's almost the same story as what happened in Chicago. So I'm saying certain things they do that to let's say social engineering plays a big damn part in what's going on out there, y'all.
But that's for sure. That's for sure. Hey, we got chick with the juice in the building, lady from Philly, entrepreneur, radio host, do skits. Y'all
Little bit of this, little
about
bit of that.
herself. Shout out to chick with the juice.
How y'all doing? Y'all already know. Your Highness hashtag Chick with the Juice. I am the host of Loud Mouth Podcast. I have about 3 radio shows on Glockaware Radio, but I also have a mobile bartending business, and I'm an artist manager, and I do a bunch of stuff in music. So I'm actually tapping in, and I've been listening. First of all, I felt old as hell trying to get in here because I could not get my mic on for nothing, so I was fumbling like hell. But I was listening to some of the content, and you guys hit on it like drastically. The music is they're not even promoting positive music right now.
Well, the industry is making like if okay, let's say Chief Keef and Chance the not Chance the rapper, Chief Keef and a positive rapper go into a meeting. They're not gonna pick that positive rapper on purpose. He's automatically gonna be counted out because that's not what they want, and that's not. They took the money off the streets, right? They took the older people that was passing on the laws, the codes of the streets to the kids and the money off the streets, and they put it in hip hop. So when these kids are seeing they ain't got no dinner on the table, and they say if I talk about murder, death, kill, I could be a millionaire. What you think they're gonna try to do?
You know what? I'm glad that you said that because I think probably maybe 7 times out of the week, I run into a bunch of kids rapping about a bunch of shit that they don't have any idea what they talking about. Because I done talked to your mama, and I know that ain't the life you living. And I know that's not how she raised you. I know you got a mama and a daddy. They both love you. They take care of you. And you can go home and get any type of help that
For
you
real.
need. But you out here in the street talking about who you killed. You telling on yourself. Not even telling on yourself because you're lying half the time. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even know what those words could get you into. Now you out here repping streets that you ain't never really ran in. And now you might have a price on your head over something you just said.
Over some little words, man, that you can't
Right.
take back once you said them.
It's a
Man,
sad situation. It's a sad situation. My mother got shot in her face when I was 8. And and my father got killed in 2004. So both my parents were victims of gun violence. I don't allow my children to play with toy guns at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. My kids can't even go like this. What is that? You understand? So it starts, I want to say it starts with us because it does start with us. But like my thing is this: if I got a son and my son is in the street, ain't no fucking doors being locked. I'm coming through your room. I'm checking your room. If I find a gun, you got a problem. If I
Mm-hmm.
find drugs, you got a problem. We have to start at home.
Yes,
man,
we.
The parents are letting their kids run ragged. They are really letting them run ragged. And I don't get me wrong. I know some parents, do what they got to do, and their kids still do what they got to do. But listen, if you acting that crazy, I'm gonna have to take you the fuck up out of here because I brought you in the world. I ain't gonna let you kill the world.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the
real.
main thing too that's missing too is knowledge of self. Because
Say it again.
if these kids knew that they were kings and queens instead of bitches and niggas,
Mm,
maybe we would have a different outcome.
the brainwash is real.
It is the brainwash, the music,
The TV shows.
the TV shows, everything. Like
Yeah.
how do you guys feel about like like the commercials that's coming on TV that's teaching our kids like two mans. Like remember when we used to wake up and we used to wake up on the TV and it'd be like a mama and a dad on TV and they
Yeah,
getting the
they're
kids
pushing
ready
that.
for school. Now it's two man on the TV. You know what I'm saying? Getting the kids
Yeah.
ready. The kids look confused as fuck on the commercial. I'm like, man, my daughter asked me one day, like, Daddy, why is like that? You know what I'm saying? I was confused. I didn't know what to tell her. Like, that shit, but that shit ain't allowed. Was I wrong?
No, no, you're not wrong at all. I think that everybody has the right, the same way that they trying to push things on us. We have a right to stand our ground and teach our kids the way we need to teach them, and without them thinking that it's always discriminatory towards them. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't always have to be a battle type thing, but in the same way that you feel like you got your rights, we have a right to not want our kids in certain environments too. That's all. That's the easy way to look at it.
But the psychological social engineering tactics they use
Oh
have
yeah,
got to be identified by us because not only did they kind of like play out a script to give these kids to go by when they started all this drilling stuff, but they also used the name Barksdale in The Wire. Did y'all notice that?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
See, these are subliminal things that they're doing here. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to identify these people and call them out because they
yeah,
was putting that show on a pedestal. And it wasn't because of how well it was written or how good of a TV show it was. It was the effect that it had on these young minds that they were praising.
exactly.
It was what really people was really living in Chicago and Philly and,
Yeah,
and New York and all the urban cities that was poor and broke down. Baltimore. They was just feeding the energy to keep doing it. It just to keep it
Exactly.
going.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I'm in and out of Baltimore often, and whew, they're rebuilding. They're rebuilding, but
it looked terrible. It looked terrible.
it was horrible. It was horrible. But let's not get it twisted. Philly ain't looking too shiny itself. We looking at like something like 500, 550 murders
yeah.
already, and children. children and women. They just shot a woman coming home from her baby shower, shot her in the head while she was taking her presents out of the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was New York City. Yes, yes. I
no,
think
that
it
was
was.
Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That was Philly. That was here.
Oh, so that happened here too, sis. So it's
Yeah,
happening. And they
that's
shot her. She was on her way taking her gifts upstairs. Her ex came there, shot her husband, and shot her in her face. Killed
see
her.
this,
She was
this
pregnant.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, it's happening everywhere because the cop just did that to the black female in Chicago yesterday. They found the girl dead in the house, a black beautiful queen, man.
yeah, I heard about
Just
that.
left
I
her,
heard
bro.
about that too.
Yeah, so they is shooting the females in their face everywhere, all around the world. Seems like everything is like, is it the last days? How do y'all feel about that?
Well, I'm not giving up. Like I will stand up. I'll kidnap these little dirty bastards if I have to.
I heard that shit. I heard that.
Yeah, and it's scary because it's just like it's almost to the point where I had a situation a couple months ago. I was, I'm normally out late because I'm at events and stuff like that. So by the time I'm coming in, it's maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was at the gas station and I was in the car with my sister and I'm sitting in the car and I'm watching these two little young boys. And I'm very alert and I'm very aware of my surroundings. I've been in the street for a long time, so I know how to move. So I'm watching the little two youngins because they looking a little suspect or whatever. And they scoping me and I'm scoping them, but they don't see me scoping them, but I'm watching them watch me. And I ain't got no gun in my car. I ain't got, what I mean? I got my little nigga beater, but I ain't got no gun in the car, no none of that. So I'm like, damn, if these kids try to rob me, which I'm looking in their eyes, and this is definitely what they want to do. You know what I mean? They're just trying to see who's in my car because I'm in a truck and I got tinted windows, so they couldn't tell if there were other people in my car. So instead of them trying to figure it out, as they started to walk towards my car, I just said very loudly, because I would sure hate to have to blow somebody's child head off for jingling my damn door handle. And as I said that in the conversation, it deterred them. So now listen to what they did though. It was one guy in the motherfucking store. He comes out, gets on his bike, goes to ride off. Guess who they robbed? Right in my face.
Who?
wow.
The guy that came out the store on his bicycle.
Damn.
He
They
was
know who to fuck with.
He was an easy target. I look like I might be a problem.
Right. They know who to fuck with.
Yeah.
I deal with some little Latin kings, Jules, on the train. They going back and forth on the train, back and forth. They keep saying, excuse me to me every minute. So that the last time they came, I said, oye, ¿pa dónde tú vas? ¿Tú te vas a quedar aquí o tú te vas para allá? And they looked at me, they was like, oh shit, miss. How you know how to speak Spanish? I said, black people speak Spanish too. When I turned around, look, they were sitting down in the corner quiet, Jules.
Yeah, it's like that, and I think that gets pushed too. They want us to fight against each other, especially during the times like when George Floyd, when the riots were going on and stuff like that, and they were rioting everywhere. The two neighborhoods, if you notice, that they try to get against each other was the Latinos and the blacks in Chicago, right? Quick, because they know that we have power together. I'll give you a story about me. Up north, and this is like the New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut chapter of the Latin Kings. We used to have drama with the Vice Lords and the Gangster Disciples, right? And this is known, well known. It still goes on in Chicago today. But we were actually able to unite the Vice Lords, the GDs, and us into one unit for a long time up north. So that just in general is possible for us to do that. You know what I mean? But there's always going to be those bad apples that are going to try to. It's for clout. Most of it is for clout. It's not even for money or for anything like that. They want the power.
Okay, so you know what? You see that word you just said, clout? Who gives them the clout? Us. We got to stop giving them clout for doing negative shit.
But you know what? We don't even give them the clout. They give each other clout.
But see, the audience is giving them accolades and putting them on pedestals.
Yeah, I ain't in that audience.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about individually the people.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just
saying like in general. So
we gotta be bigger on that.
Right,
sure.
We got to change the narrative. And what you said, Jules, about Latinos and blacks, let me tell you something. Even some of the music that salsa was created by the combination of blacks and Latinos. Hip hop was created by the combination of blacks and Latinos. So when they separate us, they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Even my people, my original family is from Ecuador, and they're from a section of Ecuador where there was a slave ship that crashed off the coast of Ecuador, and they ended up taking over the whole coast. And that's where my dad is from. So yeah, I know that well. So the Ecuadorian, the Afro-Ecuadorian, Afro-Colombian, the drums are what salsa is, and what
Exactly.
merengue is, and that's why Dominicans are dark skinned.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And they got hair. They have nappy hair like us.
Exactly, but they won't want to admit it because they were conquered by what's called Hispaniola, right? They were the white European, blue-eyed Spaniards, and that's why you see Puerto Rico is mostly light-skinned, sometimes green eyes, blue eyes, and Dominicans are dark like Haitians.
Mm-hmm.
They separated them.
And see, I'm Panamanian, so nobody can really tell what I am. They don't know if I'm black. Then when I speak Spanish, they don't know if I'm Spanish. They don't know what the hell I am.
Yeah.
They don't ever know what I am neither. They swear I'm Dominican or something. I'm like, nah. I'm black, Scottish, and Indian. I don't know how I got all three of them mixed up, but
Wow.
I'm black.
Yeah.
So what is a solution for like the young, like what programs, like what is it that they can look forward to help them out with it? Because there's one thing about telling a person to, y'all got to do better, but it's one thing to show them how to do better. And I'd rather see a person telling me and I see him got money than a broke person telling me and he ain't got shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have to be retaught. They have to be retaught, and it's
the school system.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The school system has to give the kids proper books to read, books that don't have lint in them and mold in them, and the classrooms have to be warm instead of freezing cold, because all these environments, first of all, in the buildings, they're not. You're not going to get an education like that. So that has to be fixed first, and then I think the teachers have to be retaught, like she was saying, in order to teach the kids properly. You have to have teachers that care. And if the kids see a building around them that's breaking down mentally, they're gonna break down. They're not gonna listen to anything the teacher says. That's well known.
We can't teach the new ones the old. We could try to teach them the old ways. They don't want to hear that.
Well, let me tell you something, chick with the juice, girl. Let me tell you something. I'm on Clubhouse. I'm kind of active out here in these streets with these kids, and they gravitate to me. So I think they are looking for some type of guidance, but they gotta respect you, and they gotta respect you. Number one, number two, they gotta know you really care about them. And once those things is clear with them, I see they gravitate to me. They follow me around. They want to hear what I have to say on certain issues. So they are looking for guidance. It's just you gotta be real with them. You have to be authentic.
I ran a program called Put Down the Guns, Pick Up the Mic program. I did a high school tour around Philadelphia for 2.5 years, and I met a lot of kids who wanted to do it. But I met a whole lot of kids that don't give two shits about being good, and they have the resources at their fingertips, and they don't want them, because they still going home to their back block. They still going home to nothing to eat. They still going home hungry. You know what I mean? And they're not interested in it.
Right.
So
right.
when I say we gotta relearn, we have to find a new way to teach the old way.
I think I found that way is too. You got to enter their world. You can't ignore their world.
Oh, well, believe me, I'm in their world because I'm an artist manager, and most of my artists are children. So believe me, no.
Yep. But once you're in their world, yep.
Hey, I got my OG, man. When I say OG, man, this a man who raised me, man. Stamped in the streets, Calumet building the new town, a Chicago legend, man. Cindy the Dime, man. What's up, man? What's up, big homie?
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Salute. Yeah. You going in and out a little bit.
I'm going in and out a little bit. Well, let me see something. Can you hear me?
I think it's the
Y'all hear me
headphones
now?
might be.
Your
Could y'all
your
hear me now?
headphones is echoing. Your headphones.
I took them off. Did y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. You got them plugged into your phone or something?
Hold on. Now I'm
Okay, you good now. You good.
good. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can go ahead on. Go ahead and talk your shit, man.
Oh, what's up, world, man? How y'all feel out there, man?
All right.
Yeah, but I want I don't want to intervene or nothing. I don't know what the topic is about, but could y'all fill me in or whatever?
Man, you go ahead and tell them about you, yourself, and about the youth and how you think that the problem could be fixed or at least patched up a little bit.
Okay, well, as y'all know, my name's Cini, man. I grew up. I was born in the Calumet building, and I moved down to. Well, my auntie lived on 39th, so I was like over there on the weekends and stuff like that. So I got to grow up in the best of both worlds. You know, Scan was the first guy that put me down. Scanless D was the man back when I was a little man, and you know what I'm saying. He put me in place. Saw, you know what I'm saying. I'm 12 years old, out there, ain't got nobody. You know what I'm saying. So he chose me. And I was one of the first little niggas jumped off the porch. Little, all them C-Mac, all them niggas that's running, them was my little niggas. They was up under me. You know what I mean? Like I was older than them, but them was my little homies. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? If I'd have stayed, I probably would have been holding a lot of that down because I was scared Ace Coon Boom. You know what I mean? But God had other plans for me, so I had moved down to the low end and met Chuck and them, you know what I'm saying, my Newtown family, and you know what I'm saying. And like I said, them guys put real honor and loyalty and you know what I'm saying, a stamp. When I say when you run into an OG that teach you and you listen, you come out a little better, man. I'm a survivor. They taught me how to survive. They ain't taught me how to gang bang. They taught me how to survive. It's a whole difference from our school than the new school. See, right now, I'm gonna tell you a little something. It was an era like what? Let's say crack hit in the '80s, right?
Yep.
Crack hit in the '80s, right? It was a lot of crack babies, right? It was a lot of crack babies born in them '90s. In the 90s. Them babies were very angry because they cried a lot, bro. They couldn't get that fix when they was little, so they cried a lot. You know what I mean? It's like a person giving up crack for real and they go through or dope. They have to go through a phase, bro. And that phase is ugly. Some people rather not go through it, but if you just look at any documentary of somebody getting over drugs, look how what they I'm talking about a real like see it for real, like and see what they go through to get sober, man. It's like, okay, now that's neither here nor there, but I'm just using that as an example. Okay, now the kids that was born, these crack babies, have grown up and they have kids, but they was always angry. You see what I'm saying? Like, and where's that mentality? Everybody wanted to like it's when you go to school, it's easy to be influenced by friends. So these crack babies fought a lot. And these nice kids had to defend themselves. So this is what the crack baby does. He has to fight every day. I mean, there was more kids getting in trouble than any day in them 90s, man. They wouldn't listen to their mamas. None of this. I mean, just hear me out. If y'all think I'm wrong or saying something wrong, please imply. But yeah, and these kids have brought anger to our society and it corrupted the love, bro. We ain't blaming no motherfucking rap music. We ain't blaming none of that. Y'all got everybody overlooked them crack babies, bro. Man, they out there and and they influenced a lot of people with the violence that they had in their mind. They didn't have no mama when they growed up, no daddy or none of that. The system raised them kids. So that's a anger issue by itself without the crack.
Right, that's just a problem alone.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I done seen kids that didn't have no father, daddy, they gave them up. Them kids was mad as hell that I met. Like just mad for not, just mad at no reason because they mama and daddy gave them up. That is something that'll fuck a kid up by itself.
That's one of the things that crack did. But another thing that crack did that's real fucked up is it messed up that moral fiber that we had. There was a moral fiber that we had. I call it AC. I call it BC before crack and AC after crack. Those are two different worlds right there.
Go ahead, talk your shit, Queen.
I agree that. I agree to that. Oh, life. I agree to that. And see what I'm saying? Like, let me further speed it up. You know what I'm saying? So now that everybody's angry, because one day I'm like, why is the fuck everybody mad, bro? Like when I was growing up, people spoke, you know what I'm saying? If you get caught doing some shit, the neighbor can whoop your ass. You ain't got to, mama you don't got to wait for mama. You gonna get a couple of ass whoopings before you get home, man. Nowadays, you touch somebody, kid, they trying to fuck you around, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that they kid just disrespect a grown person.
They don't even care.
I don't. That's what I say. But if a motherfucker out here call me a bitch or a hoe, guess what? They going down.
Yeah.
They going down. I don't give a fuck who kid it is. Man, look, let me tell you something. I'm finna smack the fuck out this motherfucker. And if you don't, I'm gonna smack the fuck out you.
These are the things that used to be fighting words like in our generation.
Yeah,
and it don't matter if you was from Detroit, Chicago, New York, it was the same thing. We had the same codes.
On life, Joe.
Hey, I tell him every time. Look, this my OG, Senny. That's my OG. I'm from Newtown. He from Newtown. He raised me. My big brother Imani, who I always represent. This my big brother. This my big brother mentor. This was like Mr. Miyagi to my big brother.
You hear me? That was my shorty.
You hear me? That's my big brother shorty. So look, when we ain't go to school and we call ourselves ditching, folks and them got something for our ass. They thumping us, they whooping our ass all day.
That's right. You better hide.
Am I lying, Cindy? We was going to school, man. Every nigga who was with us in our project
graduated. The neighbors whip our ass. Miss Johnson down the hallway, whip your ass. Then she take another sheet, whip your ass too.
They used to be like, man, them shawties up and woo wop the bam ditch and Joe. They up in that vacant apartment. Man, we go up there and whoop all they ass, every single last one of them, and they mama don't say shit.
That's right. And then they get their ass kicked by their mama too on top of that ass whooping.
Exactly. And then see, like I said, we have respect for everybody. Even though we were street niggas, like say somebody mama coming in the building and we finna take care of business. We got the pause that, hey, man, here come Miss Johnson.
Exactly.
So we can't hold that down, bro. Let her go on past and then we'll continue. You know what I mean? Nowadays, they don't give a fuck about nothing, give a shit, bro. Like, it's not, like, and then the mothers that I be seeing that let their kids act like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't fault them. I be like, bitch, that's your problem. That's your fault. You know what I'm saying? You let him be like that. You know what I'm saying? I had one of my friends that grew up in the town said she's scared of her son.
Only when I'm talking.
She's scared of her son.
He got to go then.
I got a friend that's scared of her son too, Sandy. Yeah.
Scared of her son. I said my mama used to clink my brother and them upside their head with skillets. Yeah. They ain't never play with her.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
I don't know what they talk. Scared of who that came out of me.
What mellow ass at? Facts. You need to be listening to this.
Look, I told my kids, this is what I used to tell my kids, my girls and all. Let me tell y'all one thing. Y'all not gonna worry me. Y'all the one motherfuckers gonna be worried about what the fuck I'm gonna do to you when you fuck around and say something out your mouth.
Talk to him nice. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't sugarcoat none between my girls. You say something out your mouth crazy, guess what? That motherfucker gonna get flipped up.
And you know what? That's part of the issue because our girls need their fathers
And that's
just as much
and
as
that's
our sons need
church.
fathers. I wanted
Church.
I got kicked off for a second, but I wanted to say something about what you said about that crack era and the crack babies. You
Right,
know, I was talking to somebody the other day and we were talking about how, we grew up, I'm 45, we grew up on drug dealing music.
right.
And these kids grew up on drug doing music. You know what I mean? They grew up
Yes.
Yeah, that's
so
a big
you had all
problem.
these crack babies, and you said now, and you are. I come from that era.
She,
My mother was on drugs. My father was on drugs. You know what
Right.
I mean? My two brothers. We've all been affected by those drugs that our parents took. Whether it's I don't ADHD, ADD, anxiety, all that depression, anxiety, all of that shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm still dealing with 45 years later. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
hey,
You dig me?
real talk.
I'm just
Real
That, hey,
talk.
I'm
that's
just out
real
here
talk.
all
Real
dogs
talk.
That's
life,
real talk.
but then now think about it. We were dealing in that crack era. Now instead of crack, it's pills.
Yeah, and fentanyl.
So now it's a
And lean.
whole new ball game, but it's
And
just
lean.
as bad as the fucking crack
Yeah.
epidemic.
Yeah, I call them the new crackheads.
Mhm.
yep, they are.
The new
Yeah.
crackheads. I wouldn't give a fuck how you intake it, bro. It's the same shit.
Listen, I watch niggas snort perks. Like, I'm like, God damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta slow down. Y'all gonna kill yourself before y'all fucking
Hey,
20.
but but let me say to all the viewers out there, man, I don't know what the fuck you need more than some reefer and a cocktail, man. I'll be
Hello, hello,
fucked up.
hello,
I'll be fucked up.
hello.
I don't want
Still
nothing
to this
else, man. I'll
day.
be wanting to lay the fuck down somewhere.
Oh,
But you
shit.
would think that they would be asleep off these drugs. They not. They still be out and
But
about.
the
Hey,
shorty I was talking to, man, cause I still talk to the shorties when I see it. Man, I just popped me three of them things. I got me a leg. I got me a couple of leg Joe up, and he smoking the big ass wood right there, boy. Man, how the fuck could y'all
How
intake
much do
all
they
that shit,
need?
man?
How much do they need to get fucking high?
I said, boy, all we had was liquor and weed, bro. We be fucked up.
Look at we, and if people did something else, they was outcast. Like we didn't really fuck with the people that fuck with
Oh,
hard drugs. We ain't fuck
man,
with them.
Do you
sure.
know how long it took me to even smoke weed? I
Yep.
came from a crack addicted mother. I never wanted to touch drugs. I'm like, weed. Oh, you got weed. You got to be out your mind. Now, yeah, I wouldn't even know how I would survive without weed, but
Yeah, see, that's
it,
what I'm trying to say.
I
Because
smoke for the
I
people.
went through depression and anxiety and all that shit. If it weren't for weed, man, I don't know what the fuck would have happened, man. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Weed come takes me from 100 to zero real fast.
Now, I will put this out there, and it does work because I deal with massive depression. My daughter deals with major depression and anxiety disorder, and micro dosing shrooms work.
Hmm.
It works.
What is
It,
that?
it mushrooms, but you got.
What
I
what
didn't say
kind?
I ain't say eat 9/8 and go on a wave. I said you got to micro
No,
dose it.
no, I
You
ain't
tried
gonna.
you tried
Nah,
the
nah,
mushroom
nah,
before,
nah.
auntie?
You gonna have to send me the recipe or some shit. I don't even know
What you
what the
say,
fuck
Queen
you
Lotus?
talking about.
You messed with the mushroom before. I want to do it. I'm scared.
Well, you got to micro. If you microdose, it won't. It's not as scary. Don't listen to what everybody says, but you have to talk to somebody who knows what it's doing. But
They, they said
microdosing,
microdose D8.
yeah, a microdose is like basically so you don't overdo it. You take a little bit, you see how it hits you. Yeah, if you can do a little more, you take a little bit more. But microdoses, it elevates your um
Awareness.
yeah. Yeah,
You know who talks about what it does to you a lot? Mike Tyson. He talked about it a lot.
yeah, because and it works. It works.
My-
It's another thing. Shrooms is another thing like weed. Everybody looks down on it. They're like, oh no, it's shroom. That's because they're not educated about it.
Right.
Like I said, I couldn't get my daughter had agoraphobia. Agoraphobia. She would not leave the house. Somebody tried to pull her into some. My daughter is very short, but very small. So somebody tried to pull her into some bushes, and was basically going to say that he was going to rape her. So from that incident, my daughter would not go back outside for a long time. I mean, and when I say long, I'm like it was like 2-3 years. And she my friend came to me and he was like, has she ever tried shrooms? And I'm like, boy, I just got her to smoke some weed. They said, get her to try to microdose the shrooms. So I got her an eighth of shrooms. She ate a quarter of the bag, and baby, I
She,
mean, the next it's a revelation. You get inside your head and listen. Don't do shrooms and be around people that you're not sure about. Because if
right.
you get around people you're not sure about, you're gonna be the fuck sure about them when you done them
Yeah.
shrooms.
It's
oh
like
shit.
Swiper. It's
Yeah.
like
Hey,
anything.
but you
And
know what? I always. Oh, my bad for cutting
it's
you
all
off. Go
good.
ahead, my man.
It's all good. I was about to say that if you notice that anything that's really healthy for you or legal for you, they try to outlaw it, and that's what they
Yep.
did. That's what they did with marijuana, and part of that with
Right.
the crack epidemic. If you notice, one of the side effects of that was that most of the women in our communities now have single households because they couldn't get housing without the man being absent from that household.
That was the
And
setup.
that's the
Exactly.
Well,
setup.
they did a
And
lot of things
Exactly.
during the crack
yeah,
era.
Exactly.
During the crack era, they did a
That's a
lot of things that.
that's something else that I was gonna touch
All
on
right.
too, my
That's
man.
why, but that's why they're called projects. It was
exactly.
a project.
Yeah, it was a project.
I got a question
Exactly.
for y'all. Somebody. I'm glad that y'all speaking on that right now. I'm mad Queen Lotus got off, but somebody said exactly what y'all said. How do you feel about when they took down the projects? How do you feel like that affected the environment? And I know they took it around all Philly. Everybody can relate to this shit because they
Yeah,
have projects in every city.
yeah,
So
Yeah, and so you got to understand that block block cats is raised different from project cats. You know what I mean? So just imagine. Okay, how could I put this in a perspective? Imagine two animals that don't go in the same cage together.
mm,
You see what I'm saying? You took some animals out their cage and put them in you know what I'm saying, around the other animals, and them animals didn't get along with them animals.
mm,
So we didn't think the same, we didn't rock the same, we didn't move the same. So, you know what I'm saying? So they mixed us up, and that was the worst thing could ever happen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
For to
Mm-hmm.
leave us in our own areas.
Mm-hmm.
That's just that's crazy, man. You right. It was a project, but like you say, you keep somebody in one area for so long, they way.
yeah,
Just like you put the Koreans in their community, you put them in our community, they gonna be acting like us in a little while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
You see
why
what
I
I'm
said
saying?
earlier it is so important for our men that are out here, our men that are out here
Right.
that can father these kids, father these children, father these girls, date your daughters so
Oh
they don't
no.
end up in these abusive ass relationships. Show
Hey,
them what it's meant to, you're supposed to be your daughter's first love,
but
And
not
let me
teach
tell
them
you something.
and teach
Let
them
me
who
tell
they are. Teach them who they are. Teach them who they
exactly.
really are. Give them their
Exactly.
true
See,
history.
this
Give,
what this what
mhm.
this what I teach. See, I don't discriminate between the boys or the girls. You know
oh
what I'm
hell
saying? I don't discriminate. The same way I raise my boys, I'm gonna raise my girls the same way because they have to be. Men got to know how to cook and clean just as well as a woman. Cause it ain't all the time that you gonna have a woman, bro. And then
all my
ain't
sons
nobody finna do shit for you if you grown. So you need to learn these things. And then
Mhm.
to my girls, I didn't hold their hand. You know what I'm saying? I love them. I play with them. We have fun. But when it's time to tell them what they need to know,
You
I
better.
I did not hold my tongue back.
You
That's
better.
your life. If you fuck it up, don't blame me. Don't blame me because I'm telling you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You gonna meet 300 guys maybe before you meet the man of your life.
Hmm.
And you may not meet him. You keep
Hmm.
running into these thug little niggas you ain't gonna never meet now.
Listen,
That's
you be
right.
surprised if you give your daughter the game.
Right.
Know
I
how to
just
move
say,
out here.
you know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what I did. Because if I would have babied them, they would have been wanting a man to baby them and
No, yeah,
buy them
not
things. And
not what we
always,
looking
no,
for.
no, no. Let me tell you something. My mama said, soon as your ass get ready to, old enough to work, you might well tie your shoes up. And the girls was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
When
Listen,
you
I
reach
had
time enough,
one
you
child.
going to get a job.
I had one child, one daughter. She is 25. We're 20 years apart. I
Mm-hmm.
have raised 16 children
Wow.
throughout my 45 years. And my raising children started when I was 9.
Me too.
So when I look at the absence of my daughter's father in her life, and I look at the woes that she goes through in her daily life, and just to speak freely, my daughter is gay. Um and it because I was so open and I was so honest with her, I've never sugarcoated shit for my daughter ever. I'm a Leo. I don't know how to sugarcoat shit anyway. So
Right.
I'm very
Something
upfront.
wrong with my
I'm, you
camera.
know,
Excuse me,
I'm
y'all.
the mom that when you bring your friend over, you warn them before you go in. Like, listen, my mom will say anything out the fucking mouth. And,
Yeah, that's how they do me.
like she's smoking weed. I don't know if you can be around that. You might want to sit outside. Like I'm not,
Right,
I'm me. But the
right.
one thing that I love is that my daughter has always, her entire life, been able to come to me with anything, good, wrong, indifferent. It does not matter
Mm-hmm.
because she knows that I am going to talk. I'm gonna give her the game. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna look at you no different. Number two, I'm gonna
Mm.
love you always and forever because you came out of me. You are a product of me.
Right.
So if we don't give our children a platform to even tell us when we hurt them, we have to give our children a platform to talk. We cannot act like, oh, you a kid, you stay in the kid's place. Let your fucking kids say, if you hurt your child's feelings, whether or not it's right or wrong, let them speak that because they got feelings. My
And
mom
this
used
is
to do some crazy shit when I was younger. And my mom was a good woman, but she used to do some crazy shit that I wanted to speak on. And you can't speak on certain shit. But there were certain things that I should have been able to talk to her about that I was terrified to talk to her about.
well,
That's
here's
fact.
what we gotta realize. We gotta realize this is a 30-year plan that they did. They rocked our generation to sleep. I'm 52. So they rocked us to sleep with the money. They gave us the money to create the illusion for these kids to follow and give them this false narrative about the streets and what it entails. And they glamorized a lot of shit. But we was rocked to sleep with the money because there was a lot of money floating in our generation on them streets. And like I said, they took it off the streets and put it in the industry now, and they're luring these kids.
Everybody eats me.
Right, right. And they're luring these kids into, that's one of my best friends, by the way. And they luring these kids into the industry with the promise of all this money that they could take care of their families, but leading them into death.
Well, you see what
You know
they're
what I'm
doing. They
saying?
give them the money. They give them the money. They let them go do about 2 or 3 videos where they tell everything that they did in 3 songs, and then they go to jail or they die.
Facts.
Hey, you
Facts.
ain't. Hey.
Facts.
Look, I'm gonna speak on that. Hey, what you just said is 100% correct. It's either the record label throw them under the bus to the police, to the feds, or they get killed, or they just somehow after they sign this beautiful deal, somebody wipe their nose out of nowhere, man. You
And
Yep.
know,
it's always the ones that's willing to come back and engage with their community.
Yep.
It's never the piece of shit ones. It's always the ones that want to help.
Mm.
Yeah, but like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? Your blessing could be a curse if you use it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
for
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? Sometimes it's okay to send somebody in your place to do things. They don't gotta see your face. Just let them people pump your name, man. Look, this from Dolph, man. He woo. You know what I mean? You got to move different in these streets, bro. You can't just go places when you make that type of bread.
You can't.
I don't
Can't.
care. I
Can't.
don't care who you is. I'm not discriminating on no one.
What
You're
happened
not
to praise dummies? What happened to the dude that hold the gun for you? That you done
right.
already paid his whole
Right,
family.
that
If
these
he
people
wanted to,
eating off your plate.
what?
How come every
Hey,
time one of these dudes gets shot, none of the shooters ever get shot down in the street left there?
Hey,
That's what I don't get.
hey, hey, yeah, that's a. Oh, you just
hey,
boy.
look. Hey, look, I wanted to speak on that. That was gonna be a topic today because this is my first time streaming. Shout out to everybody who on here. And I know why y'all wondering why I ain't doing no talking. Because when you ain't gotta do no talking, when you got grown people who know how to talk and take turns. Everybody on here is grown. You know what I'm talking about? And they from different states. We all grown up, so we ain't gotta look kid each other, you know? So that's why I don't do
Right,
that. But look
that's
though,
what's up.
I always wanted to talk about this Dolph situation. I ain't talk about it, but I want to talk about it now. Moving wrong at an all time high. I think he did, man. And then what he got killed over for going to get was even pissed me off. For some hot cookies fresh out the oven. Was it that serious?
Yeah.
But
Hey,
look though,
bro,
I want all y'all to speak on it because I want to understand about how y'all feel about the movement. Like these rappers, they won't leave their towns. Like, what is to go back? You went back.
Because
Let
You,
they
me
still
let me
want
just
to feel regular.
let
They
me
still
answer
want
that
to feel
question.
normal.
yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna answer this, and I'm gonna let everybody else talk. I'm not gonna be long. When you become successful and you come from a place, the most people that you want to get love from, no matter how much money you get, is where you came from. If you a real one,
Yeah.
you're gonna come home and you're gonna get that badge and that award and that love from your neighborhood where you grew up at, where
Because
you
it's
was a kid.
authentic.
That's right. You want that love. No
Mm.
other love is more important than that. You understand
yeah,
what I'm saying? And secondly, we need to stop pushing the narrative of don't go home. What we need to push as a
right,
narrative is stop killing the motherfucking kings that's coming back and trying to help. Those are the ones we need to
right,
be on they
hey,
fucking
not
ass.
not not that is
right.
true, Queen. But look, that is true. But look, the whole time that I've been listening to Dolph and Yo Gotti and them go back at each other, I just always felt like Dolph was outnumbered. So why even be in Memphis when Gotti signing the whole Memphis? Gotti got the whole Memphis as a record label.
Because
Like,
I believe there was a truth, there was some lines that wasn't supposed to be crossed, but somebody crossed those lines.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's
that
what.
could be true
Yeah,
too.
see,
That's
but
true
look,
too.
let me tell you something. The streets know it all, man, but media might push it the wrong view. You see what I'm saying? Like
No,
the
not Mike. They do. Say
Right,
what
they
it is.
do. Right,
They
right.
do.
You right. They do because like a lot of that shit, you got to really be like putting two and two together. Like if you really be out here, like, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why was you know what I'm saying? Just imagine, you know what I'm saying, yourself putting yourself, you a millionaire in danger for, you know what I'm saying, things that's, you know what I'm saying, you could order by cases and have them sent to your house, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we
But
Hmm.
Cindy, let me say something to
but
you. In New
what
York,
what but let me
all these
answer that
years,
what she said.
mhm,
But what she said that what you just say, man. I'm gonna let
About
y'all go on ahead because I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna see what she say about that question I had for her. But go ahead.
these little all the times in New York when we was growing up, all these rappers, all the rappers y'all could name from New York City have come home to the neighborhood, right? They never got shot down because it was if everybody was out there, they knew better than to even try. We didn't even need his security. If they even tried, the neighborhood would be on their ass. I mean, we got to stop leaving them to their own devices. If they coming back trying to help you in your hood, the hood should hold him down at least. Come on now. The
but
man
you
is
know what?
coming to give out turkeys.
Queen, you know what? I agree with you. But one of the things that changed in hip hop, I mean, we always went back and forth, but the battle, the beefs became so like it's almost like you become a rapper, you got to get into a beef, even
But
if it's not a
Exactly.
real one.
but chick, that happened after Biggie and Tupac. See, that was a whole
Exactly.
plan.
Yes, it did. Yes,
That
it
was
did.
a
I was
whole
just about
plan,
to say
Queen.
that. Oh, I love you, Queen. I really love you.
I love you too. I,
And,
I,
and,
I sat here and
and
studied this
that's
whole shit.
really that's where really all the shit went up temple when the temple went up far as in rap, man. You know what I mean? After Biggie, you know what I'm saying? After Biggie left, you know what I'm saying? That's when the up temple went about that beef and shit, bro. Like, and then Chicago started just going hilarious. Like they was already going hilarious.
And
Cause
now
they,
Philly is trying to emulate Chicago.
cause they were
Exactly.
slowly as it moved around, as it grew, as hip hop grew, as it started getting away from the grassroots people, they started weaponizing it. They weaponized hip
Exactly.
hop.
And it's
And
like,
then
how is it that you can't speak out against certain groups, right? Or you'll get blackballed and your career will be over, but yet they're promoting drill for people that
right.
that's what
Because
Yeah,
that's
those
that's
are
a
the
going on.
that's
gatekeepers. The
Hey,
true
ones
Jules,
too.
that do that, the
that's some
ones
good
that
shit,
help
Jules.
blackball these up and coming rappers, those are the gatekeepers. People
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotta take their glasses off and start and pointing out these people what they be doing, yo.
Yep,
They the real ones.
they
Um,
are. I'm
that's
glad
the
you
real
said
game.
that, Jules.
Hey, and then another thing, man, is that they support the record label only want that to sell to make millions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's really promoting this kill shit. Like these guys are on these videos with 100 guns,
I feel like the most
and,
dangerous
and
job
then
in the world is not a cop, it's a rapper.
It is.
right, and then you get caught in the shopping mall with shit. That's crazy. You know
Not
what I
knowing that
mean?
all them guns they was in that video with was
Right,
cops. They was on
exactly.
the block.
Where all that shit at? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense, bro.
It
You
don't
know,
add up,
and
huh?
then, man. But all I'm trying to say is, bro, the shit that go on with this rap shit, man, I don't understand it because here it is. A lot of them niggas ain't the goons that they say they are.
No,
It's
You
the
know
no.
what I'm
it's the
saying?
money, Sini. It's the
Yeah,
money.
I understand that. If you ain't rapping this, get the go on
Yeah,
that way with that, man. With all that goofball shit. Drake the only one singing around this bitch.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a few brothers that was talented. What's his name? Mo3 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was real talented, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yet and still we out here. Once we leave, we gotta still be the man. Oh, if we ain't know if we left, oh you in the tabloids worrying about what people think about you because you left the hood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
let me tell you what I observed with Chicago. What they did, they took something that two groups of people that's beefing with each other do in their state amongst themselves and put that shit on a world stage.
Mm.
Everybody talked about what one person said about a murder that occurred, and they talked about how he talked too much. But what they're not realizing is they're not really aware of the world stage that's watching them. They just doing what they usually do to each other. You understand what I'm saying?
And then I spoke on my podcast about how how they just, you know what I'm saying, take these white people that's like reporters or bloggers or interviewers or whatever, and they putting all lot these people business out here like they there. Like they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like they spreading these people texts and shit like back and forth, like these youngins go back and forth on social media, bro. You might as well walk your little dumb ass down there and get locked up. I mean, just go on, you know what I'm saying? Just go on walk in there and because that's basically what you doing. The shit that I be seeing, like I know these people ain't sending each other back and forth texts like this all day, but I have seen some guys arguing on the phone with they op. So that's a whole nother dimension. We ain't calling no motherfucker when we was little. You know what I'm saying? When we was shouty, when we see you, you knew what it was, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We ain't calling no nigga talking on no phone about what we gonna do, man. When we see you, boy, you know what time it is.
It's up there.
You
And
know what
I
I'm saying?
seen
We
niggas
ain't
pop
gonna
shit
do-
to each other. I seen niggas pop the most shit to each other. And when they run into each other, they beat each other ass. Somebody get knocked out, and people live to see another fucking day.
Yeah, yeah. That
Wipe it
was
out,
kind of
Lotus.
our
Wipe it
era.
out.
But like
Right.
I said,
Shake
you
hands
know
the
what I'm
next
saying?
day. Yeah, you beat my ass yesterday. And that was it.
Like a lot of people want to do no fighting, man. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I'm I'm a big guy and I'm the shortest of my big guys. You know what I'm saying? So they not fighting us. They trying to shoot.
Yeah, I think that a lot of
So,
that started.
so
A lot of
we
that
had to
started
protect
early.
ourselves like that. We like beating niggas down, but niggas was shooting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A new era was evolving. You know, we used to box, bats, chains, and all that. Then next thing you know, niggas was tired of getting whooped.
yeah.
Well,
And then, like we were saying,
not only
yeah,
that, Cini, but 25 years ago in New York City and Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
they when the beef started happening, they put those guns out there in trucks and
I
left them
know.
open over there.
Hey,
And they did when I started talking to the kids in Chicago 25 years later, they did the same shit over there they did to us over here.
yeah, cause they had them like credit cards, man.
I just said they must have been giving fucking guns out with the Jordans. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
That's
They
what I
was.
said, cause it's so easy to have one of them. Like back in our days, we had to do a little research to get some
Right.
dudes,
You had
man.
to
You
know
know what I'm
somebody
saying?
who knew somebody.
No, the
But,
kids told me
but
they left them in crates. They left them
I,
on the trains, left the
man,
trains
I know on the
unguarded.
trains and all that. Let the train sit there for 4, 5 weeks, knowing them
Same
boys
story
gonna
they
go
did
up
here.
in there.
Same shit.
But yeah, man, it was a setup, man, and now it's just uncontrollable.
Yeah, and then now they just leave them with no pins in there, so you can go on the internet and get the pins and everything. Now you
Oh,
funding the
they
whole
build the gun.
operation. You
Build
fund
them.
they just gave you the whole operation, man. Then they come back and investigate you after that shit on
yeah,
everything, bro.
yeah.
You could
Man,
build a
that
bomb on Google.
man, Joe, that's crazy, man. And then, like I said, they then promote it. Like they really know what's going on in our hood, and they making money off telling people what's going on in our hood, man. I was saying on my podcast, man, y'all see these people talking about what go on in our hood, bro. Y'all bash them, bro. They don't know nothing what's going on out here, man. This is serious, bro. We don't need to tell nobody about what's going on because we got problems. If you ain't sending for nobody to help stop this shit, don't you put nobody business out there.
They be
True.
flipping the narrative and anything, Cini, lying, taking people's
Yeah,
stories and just
man, taking the
lying on
shit.
them.
Yeah, saying extra shit. I'm like, now see, this the fuck what I don't like. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, don't put false information on these boys like that, man.
it's
And they
even
got killed in this real shit like that, bro.
yeah, it's even sicker than that. People treat it like it's a soap opera. It's
They,
exciting stuff.
Yeah.
They
You
get
know
off
what
off
but
I'm
of it.
that's
On the
why
sky.
academics is the devil because
Yeah,
he
they
put
get off
them
off of it.
and gave
saying?
them
And then
names
look.
out of
Hey,
character
hey,
books.
hey,
Like
Queen, hey, Queen, hey, thanks for everybody up in here. Hey, this all around the world, man. Same song, man. Me and Cindy, we got a podcast coming, the best of both worlds. Remember when I was telling y'all about that? We got that coming. Chick with the juice. She's an entrepreneur. She's a radio personnel. She got all type of avenues. She got all type of tell you how to get your license for your business and everything. She got all the connects. I got Jules on here. I got him from Chicago, Humble Park, and he's an entrepreneur now. He been in the streets. He got out, and I got Queen Lotus from OG from New York in the building, a certified OG on everything. Be around a lot of the famous people, and I got no other than my OG Cindy Siegel from Newtown, Calumet building. He stamped all over Chicago. Big dog, Mr. Miyagi to my big brother. So hey, look, we all in the building, man. Now we're gonna talk about what we was just talking about.
I
What
was somebody just said AK ain't the devil. I'm talking about academics.
academics? If
I'm
I,
talking about academics.
academics. The conversations about academics.
He
Yeah,
took
we
those
were
kids'
talking about
lives
how
and
people are
made a
profiting.
satire. He made a satire. He even gave them character names: Wolverine, the Grim Reaper. He sensationalized that and made these kids look like they wasn't even human beings.
I
Okay.
showed, hey, you ain't lying, because when I came home from the county one day, Lil J was like, I'm Wolverine. And I was like, shit, I thought he was talking about X-Men. He talking about a fucking name that DJ Academics that gave him. And he done took the shit and ran with it. On everything, for real, man. Like
Who
for
is DJ Academic?
he this radio personnel, I mean, he like a blogger, and he blogged, and he started off profiting off Chicago. Like he was giving them
Oh,
real names. Like he was calling people the
oh,
devil and the person who
oh,
jumped off the cut. He
shit.
did all these niggas Spider-Man
Yes, he
names and
gave
shit.
them names, Cena. He gave them character names. And he named the series of his YouTube thing War in Chirac. Okay? Now
Hmm.
that everybody done died that he was talking about, he done changed it up now. It's no more War in Chirac because everybody gone.
Ain't nobody to talk about now. The business is gone. The little money that it is left, the bloggers, all the other bloggers fighting for right now on YouTube
Talk about the same shit.
about the same shit. But ain't none of them really from now. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Ain't none of them really for that. That's why I stepped up for my city, because I'm
Exactly,
from there. I'm a Cook County baby. I was born in Chicago.
exactly.
3847 South Ellis. For some of you
Right,
niggas that don't know. On everything. I'm from Newtown. My OG on
right,
here. You
Let
know?
me tell you
right.
something, Timothy Evans. They killed each other. These are children. Don't tell me they killed each other. These are children. And this man put this caricature on them and gave them this image to carry on their back with a bunch of young dudes popping pills and carrying 30s and 50s. Don't tell me they
And
killed each other.
sipping lean.
Yeah, he did. And then he did switch it up. I see him with all the rappers now. NBA Young Boy and them and all them. He interviewing them. I say, yeah, he switched it up big time.
But I was sending shots like, man, Joe, man, quit. Go talk to Noriega and them or hip hop. What's them guys over there in New York? Somewhere in New York, they hip hop something with the headphones over the tape thing. Uh, it's a few people got. You can go interview with, man. Stop, man, letting these white folks put y'all business out there on these streets, man.
Listen, you
That's
take
serious.
kids that's beefing with each other and you put them on a world stage, that's a recipe for disaster because they don't want to be
Exactly,
embarrassed in
man.
front of the
Like,
world.
and
So
then
they're going to go all out.
you asking them questions about the beef, man. Why would you ask them questions about the beef, bro? Try to just, man, like,
That
man,
man made 6 figures a month. I'm seeing 6 figures a month. You think he ever came there and said, "Let me do something for Chicago.
no.
Let me at least
Nothing.
host
As
a
he
show.
pass some turkeys out or something, man.
Yeah.
Send somebody out there to talk to them, dedicate a video, and to stop killing each other or something." No,
Exactly. No, you want to promote the shit.
Now, one of the things that I think, like we were talking about, the artists coming back to the hood or to the city in general, I think that they could do that in a way where they don't put themselves out there, where they can invest in the city and invest in their own hoods and make sure that there's an upkeeping of where they came from, so they don't forget about where they came from. But to
Mhm.
actually be in the physical in the city wouldn't be a smart move for someone like, for some of the bigger artists. You know what I mean?
well,
You know, it got
Timothy,
a
let me
lot of
say this to this
craziness.
guy in the chat room, and I'm gonna shut up. Timothy Evans. See, you playing for the enemy with your mindset, and you don't even know that you playing for the enemy with your mindset. Because what you straight telling me here is fuck morals, and it's all about that bag. And that's how
Mm,
we got to where we at now. Because everybody have that mindset. It's all about that bag.
mm,
hmm And
mm.
money has
On that
destroyed.
point,
Look,
It
hey,
ain't all about
hey,
that
look,
bag. If you gotta live in that shit, if you
hey,
gotta live in that property, it
hey.
won't be about all that bag. It's only about that bag if you from overseas or some shit and you ain't gotta
And
go
let
some
me tell
robbers
you
and shit.
something. Let me tell you something. People think money bring love, man. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Money don't bring nothing but hatred and envy, man. If you don't got real love in your heart, bro. I'ma tell you, I don't give a fuck how much you give away. If it ain't from the heart, bro, it's just gonna always fuck you up, bro. It can kill love, man. Money can destroy fucking love easy.
It's doing it right in front of our face. You see how many rappers is every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, a rapper is dead, and then they put the fucking video up there and let us watch the shit.
Yeah, it's like a genocide.
Right,
And
Hey,
the thing about it, it's like a
right.
genocide. It's a televised genocide, and then they try to blame the Latinos or the blacks for black on black crime or Latino on
Mhm.
Latino crime.
And that's
But
part of the
yet,
program.
no, it's not only part of the program. We all live amongst each other. Who else we supposed to be fighting with? You know what I'm saying? It's
But they got
segregated in most
PTSD.
cities.
Then we
Thank
gotta
you.
watch the body on TV, watch the autopsy pictures get.
The,
What the fuck?
Everybody is numb. Everybody is numb. These children don't feel nothing because they've been seeing shit. They've been seeing death since the fuck they've been born. Not just
Yeah,
in their face, but on TV and the music and on the rate. Like it's every fucking where. There's things that I remember back in the day when they had them tapes, Faces of Death.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
remember that.
That was
Mm-hmm.
you had to order that shit
You
or
had
know
to find it. Yep, exclusive. You have to
to
go
see
looking for that
crazy shit.
shit.
And that was just to see the bitch get hit by the train. Like that
yeah,
wasn't even no. Like now it's just like, oh no, just turn on your live. Somebody gonna die today,
right.
On live.
Yeah, and
right
you gotta
on
Oh,
live.
think they're making money off of this. When their artists die, they already have insurance on them, so they're making
Hell
millions
yeah.
off the artist.
oh,
And the
have y'all ever heard of peasants insurance?
No.
yeah.
peasants insurance.
Yeah, Walmart has peasants
Mm.
insurance on their employees. So check this out. This they even if you don't work for them, after you leave or quit or whatever, whenever you die, they get money from you dying. It's called peasants
Mm.
insurance.
Yeah.
Mm.
They can still get money even though you're not employed by them anymore.
Well, this whole world gets money off of us. We the battery to this shit.
I mean, that's why I'd rather be self-employed than employed, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they control everything, man. You can't win. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
No,
saying?
Let
Like,
me
it's
tell
not
you something.
designed.
Let me tell y'all, all five of us being up here talking like this, I think we winning. Because this is something
right?
that they did
I
not
mean,
want.
yeah. I'm
This
saying, but
something
you
they
see,
don't
you
want.
got.
And we
I
got a
mean, you just
Latino
gotta.
here with
You
us.
gotta, you gotta tell it like it is. Like me, you know what I'm saying? I'm barefaced in this thing. I'm 10 toes down. I don't got nothing to hide from, bro. You hear me? I'm telling you, I don't feel nothing but God, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a stand on mine with a, firm grip. I'm not hiding from nothing. Whatever I have to say, I'ma say it and let you see who say it. You don't gotta look for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking my mind, bro. I love all until somebody trying to do something otherwise.
And that's our nature. That's our nature. Us killing each other and hunting each other down ain't our nature.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I got love for mine, bro. But if you coming crooked, then accept what is coming with it, man. That's all I can tell you.
what
You know
y'all
what I'm
think?
saying?
What y'all
But
think? What
all
y'all
I
think?
do is try to tell these shorties, look, man, y'all gotta think different, bro. That shit y'all see in the movies ain't real, man. All them trap little movies and all black little movies y'all be watching, man. Y'all gonna get y'all ass, boy. Then
All
they
the TV series go back to our days to bring them the same stories. You see how they use us to poison
Yeah.
the kids? Because
right,
they
Look,
not
look,
man.
allowing them
look,
to be like us no more.
look at the reality shows. Look at Love and Hip Hop. Look at all those shows. You know, just the way that they set those shows up. What do? They keep them drunk so they can continuously fight and argue.
Yep, but
You
I,
understand?
I
They keep
don't
them
even
in
watch that
small.
shit.
They keep them in small spaces with. Now I'm not gonna say Love and Hip Hop, but the other little reality shows. They don't let them have their phones. They don't let them have. They can't. They can't interact with the outside world. They have to interact with these strangers, and you're all intoxicated, and nobody's in their right mind. So what y'all doing? Y'all fighting? Y'all arguing? Y'all, all kind. Mona Scott, man, she.
Telling each other's
Hey,
business.
Hmm.
Swiper, if I can address something, I seen a comment on one of the things where this Donnell Kane, he said that it's our nature because we had wars in Africa, and I think that that's the wrong way to look at our people.
Let me
Yeah,
break
man,
it
that's
like
down
if
to
it.
we're
him.
violent
Let
in
me let
nature,
me
that's
break
not
this
the
down
truth.
to this. Because you're
Because
talking to let me say this, Jules, to him and
yeah,
answer. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Donnell. Actually, we didn't have wars in Africa, sweetheart. What they used to do was send the wife of whomever is warring. The wives would get together and have a conversation. If the conversation or the problem couldn't be solved by that conversation they had in a peaceful way, then they would meet somewhere and they would fight it out. But we didn't start going to war with each other until we was colonized.
Yeah, and if you know anything about history, I've been a history teacher for a little while. Mansa Musa actually made it here before Christopher Columbus. So our people were in the lands, mixing with the natives and the different people, and you
No
can see
doubt.
that from the artifacts. You can see that from the different African
No
statues that were
doubt.
found in America, and all types of different types of things that they want to hide from us in school. But the
Okay.
fact is that our people were not always murderers. We were actually the kings and queens of the whole world. Like if
That's
you
right.
if you if you look at it, the Greek statues that you see in the museums today that they sandblasted white, these are from black men and women.
And the
The,
Egyptian
the,
statues.
the
That's why they
Egyptian
shot the features
sphinxes
off the
that you
Egyptian
see actually
statues.
had noses. They broke these
Yeah,
noses
the
off.
fat
That's right.
noses, the wide
Yeah.
noses,
That's
you
right.
know what I
So
mean?
this
That's
history
right.
is being held from us. So I think it's a colonized way to look at things where you think that we're just violent in nature. It's not true.
Yep,
Well,
and
that's why our ancestors did what they did. That's why they left them statues there and all those things there, because they knew they was gonna do this to us.
you know
See the
let me tell
beauty in
you
that
something.
shit?
And let me tell you something. They had gunpowder, and we ain't had nothing but spears and arrows. So the gun win all the time, bro.
all the time.
Gun win all the
Hey,
time.
Yeah.
we know Chicago. We know Chicago at 1,000 murders, man. It's a lot of cities under siege, man. But look, it ain't about that, man. That's why I got these grown people, beautiful black queens and kings on here, man, to help us out with this. We trying to
Man,
put
so
something together
y'all
so
can
we
know the
can,
problem, man. Don't
yeah.
be a problem. Yo, know how to be
Exactly.
the solution, man.
It's like
Don't
if we
be the
throw
problem.
out, yeah, if we throw out 1,000 economic opportunities for people, there might be 1,000 less murders.
But
Huh.
let me say
Please,
this in fairness. Let me say this in fairness. We didn't realize what the results was going to be before. Now we're seeing the results of all that we let go. But now you see the kings and queens stepping up. If you ain't going to add to that and you ain't going to bring nothing to the table, get the fuck out the way. To me.
damn
Right.
right.
Man, I
Damn
hear
right.
you. I
Don't
hear
sit at
you,
my table
man.
with your plate and your fork and your chair. You better bring
Swiper.
it to the table to my table.
Yeah,
Right.
Swiper, let me address something else, please, because people are acting up. There's a difference between a revolution and being violent. If say if a colonizer comes into your country and they're raping your women and taking over your land and taking over your people and annihilating you, you have the right for
Yo,
self-defense. You have the right to defend your land. You have a right to defend your honor and your family. That's not
I'm
violent.
trying to get you
That's
on. I
honor.
don't know why you
That's
can't come
right,
on
Jules.
my live.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You you
come
you don't
on,
see the
man.
link.
Yeah, man. That's deep.
I
But
So
don't
we
yeah,
getting it though.
know.
We getting it. Look, let me tell y'all something. 5 years ago, I couldn't have this conversation with
Right.
five people on the panel
Right.
and people in the audience. So we are progressing. We are stepping up to the plate. It's some of us. We're gonna lose some people, y'all, because they're not gonna be able to roll with us on certain shit.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Everybody can go.
that's right.
Right. That's true that. That's true that, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, it's best to put it out there than not let them know at all, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just like people say, if you don't know the Bible, you lost, man. That's one book everybody should have read, even if you ain't believe in. You know what I'm saying? They keep saying no, the Quran, but look, the Quran keep referring back to this though. You know what I'm saying? But I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just something you had to read to at least know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a powerful book. People use it for just to have domains over people and make money off of it. You know what I mean? And ain't God ain't got nothing to do with what they own. You know what I'm talking about? So
Exactly.
that's a whole nother world.
I
So we
probably gonna hit some nerves when I say what I'm about to say. And I grew up Muslim. And I live in Philadelphia. This is a Muslim city.
right,
Um, Religion to me, for quite some time, has, especially in today's time, I'm not talking about back in the day, I'm talking about now,
Right,
has
right.
really become a segregation, and like it's for separation. And
Mm.
it's even, religions are going against the religions, and it's just, I
Mhm.
don't, like, god damn, like, can we
Yeah.
just believe in God? And can we just, like, I don't, can we just
Hey,
live right and live righteous and by
hey.
morals?
But yeah, I hear you though. But let me tell you something about religion. Religion been fighting each other for centuries and centuries and centuries.
Yeah, but it's been a
Christian,
lot of shit behind
Christian,
closed doors too.
Christianity whooped that into everybody. You know what I'm
Mm,
Tell
saying?
y'all what they did.
I
What they
mean,
did
I
was they
mean, I'm
took
just saying, like, they made most people, not everybody, they made most people believe in that Christianity, bro. And that's why the Bible come from Spain or somewhere over there, and they brought that over here to make us believe that that book is what that's the truth.
Yeah.
Point
Well, I
blank.
think I think I think to be fair, Christianity has been around since way back
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
times of Ethiopia,
And they used to
the
go to
original
war.
Jews and the tribe, the 12 tribes and the original Jews. Then they did have
Exactly.
some Christians in southern Ethiopia.
let-
The what you're talking about is the modern day version of the Christianity, where that was brought from Spain from King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. They brought that type of Christianity with them, and so did the
Yeah.
Pilgrims. You know what I mean? They had their Protestants and they had the Catholics, and they all fought amongst one each other. And the thing that I agree about religion is that the problem with that is that everyone thinks that they're correct. If a person was to live their religion peacefully, whether they're Muslim, Christian, or whatever, and have that common goal of common decency and humanity towards each other, I think then people will get along
religion
with each other.
wouldn't matter. But
It
what
wouldn't
they
Right.
matter.
did
And
was
what
But
and
a
see
religious person is the
and see
same
what
person
I
as
was
the person that
and see
wants to
what
get
I
out the
was
hood. You know,
right.
and
they
see
have that
what I was
mentality.
getting to that, like, far as spiritually, man, see, it's a difference. You can be religious or you can believe in something. You see what I'm
you
saying? It's
better
a
believe
difference. Like,
something.
religious people think different. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm correct. I don't know. I just know it's a creator that created whatever we are. It's a
Facts.
creator. I don't call them none of these, whatever they call them. You know what I mean? I just call him the creator because he created. You see what I'm saying? And whoever designed this, it had to be designed by something powerful. But I don't have time to figure it out if he's not gonna come tell me himself. So I can't believe you, him, or her, or whatever religion you believe in. I just believe in one super being. And that's how I talk and that's how I pray. Because I have no idea who he is. And you can't tell me who he is because you
Well,
haven't
yes,
seen
you
him.
do,
You know
because
what
you're
I'm saying?
speaking through him right now, because it's already
Exactly. I
within
mean,
you.
I understand that part,
Yeah,
yeah, but I'm not finna label him. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? Give him a name or, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless he said, stood in front of me right here and say, this is my name. This is who I am. I can't go that way. So it's too many people. So why just like y'all said, have one base common ground and let's get it over with.
We all know right from wrong. We all know we whatever we when somebody do something to us, we don't like it. So whatever you don't want done to you, don't do it to somebody else.
Preach,
Exactly,
preach,
exactly, Queen. I think I know what you were trying to get at, though. Like, one of the things that I used to say when all this craziness started happening, when I started realizing that there was so many kids out here hurting each other, and I'm like, damn, how can another 12-year-old look another 12-year-old in the face and blow their head off? Because they never knew God. I watch these. I watch parents. First of all, you got the daughter who's 20, the grandmama's 30. They all clubbing and partying together. You got mom telling the little kid to get on the phone. Yeah, tell him, say fuck you, say this, say that. I listen
yeah,
to this shit all day, and I'm like, and this is what we about to be dealing with out here in these streets. It's getting ready to get goofier. It's not
Hmm.
going to get better. It's going to get goofier because
yeah.
now these kids are having kids.
Yeah, cause I witness a lot of my friends, you know what I'm saying, they tell they, you know what I'm saying, they talk to their nephews and tell their nephews and they little sons to say, man, I be like, man, no, don't teach, let's teach them something different, bro. You know what I mean? Like that, we got enough of knuckleheads, bro. We don't got enough doctors and lawyers and judges, bro.
They running around here don't even know how to balance a fucking checkbook. Don't know how
Right.
to open a bank account. Don't even know how to get but they don't know how to get their Cash App card started. Don't know how to do half the shit they need to do to survive out here.
Yeah, we teaching them the wrong shit, bro.
Teaching
I
them the
never
wrong shit.
agree with my son. My son talk like a white boy.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Mm-hmm.
I call him because you know what I'm saying. He watched the white programs and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying. You wouldn't even think, Dad, come on, Dad. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't get the hell away from me with that shit. But I prefer him to be that way, bro. And I'm not exposing him to none of that. None of that. It
You
can't
know
happen.
why, Cindy? Because we saw the results now. We know the
You
results
know what I'm
now.
saying?
How
And I
dare you come this far to give him to let him do the same thing? You came this
Right.
far
right,
to make sure he didn't.
Right.
to
Because we know the
let him
results.
do
Yeah.
the same thing happen to me or not even make it. These boys ain't even making it past 20.
Yeah.
Facts.
And I think there has to be a lot of times we, because of self hate and different things like that, we always like to blame ourselves. I think we have to blame, partly, we have to blame the administration. We have to blame the city council. We have to blame the different people that can
Hold him
actually do
responsible.
things and hold them responsible. For it doesn't mean you have to get into politics, but you have to hold people who can do something for you responsible. Because if you don't, you can see that your neighborhoods, none of the streets are ever going to get fixed. Nothing's going to happen. Crime's going to stay high. And then when something happens, if you notice, right, anytime something happens in the hood, things hardly ever get solved. But if you do something downtown or you do something in an Italian area or Chinatown or something, you go to jail quick.
That's a
You see
fact.
what I'm saying? That's a
My
fact. So we
my
have to
father
do for self.
my
Fact.
father was a very well known. Every last one of y'all on this panel either was born to one of my dad's songs or shook your ass to one of my dad's songs. My
Hey,
dad,
hey, Juice. Hey,
What's his
Juice.
name?
You took it from me, Juice. Hey, I was gonna tell y'all that for Juice to tell y'all about her father, man. But go ahead, Juice.
Boy, father.
my father is John Whitehead from McFadden and Whitehead. So if you know ain't
Oh,
no
shit.
now, I'll
No
always love my mama
stopping.
for the love of
Ain't
No
my
no stopping us
stopping.
now. We
mother.
Oh,
on.
yeah. All right.
My
All
father wrote
right.
all of
Yes,
those
sir.
songs.
Yes,
My father
sir. That's
wrote all
my
those songs.
son.
The
But
Philly
let me tell you,
sound. Yeah.
my father was murdered in 2004.
Yes, he was.
Damn.
And my father got killed in broad daylight at 5 p.m. in the afternoon, May 11th, on my mother's birthday, might I
He
add,
was
who
working on a car, wasn't he,
my
Juice?
dad don't know how to work on no fucking car.
What was that? What was your dad doing?
My dad watching somebody,
Damn.
watching somebody. He was smoking a L,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
leaning up against a wall, smoking a L, watching someone fix his car.
Mm.
And supposedly the way that this whole situation went down was, the guy that was fixing his car supposedly had some ongoing beef for years. They killed somebody on his side, somebody killed somebody on his side, on a wheelchair, on his side, just this ongoing beef. They go to another hood to the auto zone to go get this part for the car. Supposedly they must have been followed back by these culprits, and when they parked back and they're fixing the car, the way that the driveway was in the back, you could come in like through three entrances.
Mm.
They came from every entrance, and they just let in the first bullet. And I'm gonna share something with y'all.
Wow.
My mom got shot in her face when I was 9. Well, I was 8, and she survived, but she died December 12th,
Sorry to hear that.
1992, when I was 16.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, my condolences.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, but
My
you know what? That's life, and you learn to live with shit. You know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason, but
Exactly. True that.
everything is already planned. But this is the crazy thing. My mother's birthday is May 11th. My father got killed on May 11th. My father was shot in the head and right behind the ear. He died immediately. However, my mom, when the bullet entered my mom's face, and she didn't die from this gunshot wound, she still survived. But when the bullet entered my mom, it exited right where the bullet entered my father
Mm.
Hmm.
on my mother's birthday. Now, I'm a little bit morbid, so people don't kind of like, they don't like my jokes all the time. But I was like, damn, mom, if you wanted my dad to come up there to do a concert for your birthday, we could have did that down here. We ain't had to
No,
take
they was connected. They was
what
connected.
they was connected. Look, I said him, my mom and his other baby mom, his other wife. I said they up there in a whole poly relationship. They loving each other right now.
That's it. Let me ask you something, White. Let me ask you something. McFadden died too, didn't he?
Yeah, my uncle had cancer. He died a year after my dad.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely a duo. But my father and Gene are the perfect example of why it is so important for you to understand the business of what you're doing. My father and Gene, they were robbed blind. We're still fighting over, over money, or not fighting over money, but still trying to get money to these Jews out there trying to keep. My father's catalog is worth all kinds of money.
Yes, it is.
Y'all shouldn't even know me.
Yes, it is. That's the Philly sound right there. He was part of that wave that was coming
Forget
out of
part.
Philly.
No, no. Let's forget part of it. My father wrote 90% of the songs that came out of Philadelphia International Records.
Wow.
So he was a songwriter. That's what he did. So I'll always love my mama. Full of
Oh
love.
my God.
Wake up, everybody.
Oh
A
my
Little
God.
Train. My father wrote all of those hits. Backstabbers. That was his first gold album.
Damn.
That was the OJ's first gold
Wow,
album.
that's love.
Gerald Levert will tell, well, before he passed away, Gerald Levert would tell you, your dad got us out the ghetto.
Wow.
We
Wow.
had a
That's
beat down
crazy.
notebook, and that song got us out the ghetto. Hell yeah. And as talented as he was, it didn't, and just like we said, money and fame and all of that bullshit is bullshit. It's fake fucking love.
Yeah, man.
And you
It,
got to be a very strong individual to survive in this industry.
yeah, on life. On
This is
life.
not an industry for the weak.
Life.
It is
Because
not the industry for the weak minded.
on life, you got to be able to dodge some shit, man.
You be the gangstest motherfucker in the world. Next thing you know, you be in goddamn, you don't know who office you might be in. Talk about how the fuck I get on my knees. Like
And
shit
see,
crazy out. These
and
motherfuckers
see,
is sick.
and see chess is an important game, man, because you got to think that way, man. You got to be looking for shit before it come, man.
Listen,
That
the first
You
industry,
got
time,
that
to be,
industry
you got to
lures
be three moves ahead of them, motherfucker.
that industry lures us in and swallows us up because they see the
Right.
God in us with the
And
mm-hmm,
then,
musical talent. They see things in
and
us
then
that
look
we
at
don't
all the
understand.
mm-hmm,
right,
mm-hmm.
and and look at all the like the Hollywood people. They falling out of marriage, in and out of marriage like a motherfucker. Every few months they with a new motherfucker, man. Like
Cause
money is
nobody
not
loves them for them.
right.
They
Ain't no money. Ain't no love and money like that, man.
mm,
Them billionaires
That's
think,
Babylon, Sini. That's Babylon out there, baby boy.
yeah, sure is.
So
That's what I
so
heard.
so
I heard
so
that
so
before.
so y'all feel like I feel like is it giving y'all end of the real vibes that's going on right now?
my mama been talking about it forever, and
Yeah, who
she,
ain't? I mean, who
I'm
right.
gonna
ain't?
tell y'all what it's the end of. It's the end of the illusion. That's what the fuck it is. Now we're gonna see shit, the world for what it really is, and it's either we gonna stand up or we gonna lay down. We gonna either get up or lay down. That's it.
Do you know in other countries they have commercials about us being hungry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
we're a fucking third world country?
yeah.
Mm.
But you can go 5 minutes down the street and they in the penthouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
But
Think about
I
it.
visioned that anyway. I visioned that.
And while we're even talking about this is just I'm going to touch on this lightly, man. This is because I'm in Philadelphia, and Pennsylvania happens to be one of the largest states dealing with human trafficking right now.
I
Um,
just I just drove through there.
yeah, and and this is why I'm saying, we got to know where our children are, man. They is snatching them off the streets left and
Man,
right, and they're not talking about it. They're not. They
No.
talking about these shootings in Corona every fucking day, but you're not hearing about these missing kids.
Y'all
Yeah.
remember them?
Yeah.
Y'all remember them spooky ass late night 10 o'clock? It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children
Where are
are?
your
Remember
children?
that shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 10
My
o'clock.
mama knew where the fuck I was because I had to be in before the street light, so it didn't even matter. I
On
didn't.
life.
I ain't
On
jumping
I
out
used
life.
to
there.
be right in the bed watching TV.
Joe, you better not let two motherfuckers get too bright neither.
That's right.
Listen,
You
I
wait.
remember my grandma slapped me and bloodied my nose because she thought I was smoking weed. And in my mind, I'm like, I would have never smoked weed in here. I ain't even that bold.
So you
If I
got
was
that
dead,
you got that grandma slap too? I got the grandma slap where you see the birds flying around your head and shit and bells
man,
ringing and
I
Hey,
shit.
know
look,
I seen
though.
light. I thought
Look,
it was
though.
heaven.
Look, though, this how I get caught with my mom square, Joe. I'm thinking she gone to work. You know what I'm saying? She go out the door. She leave a half of you dig in the ashtray. So
Yeah.
I call myself, playing, like I know how to smoke, Joe. I ain't even hear her sneak back in that bitch. She must have knew I been fucking with her square. She caught me with that motherfucker in my life. I try to put it out. She like, no, go on smoke that motherfucker, man. Go on smoke it, cause you know what's gonna happen when you get through with that motherfucker.
I'm a
Go on
good
smoke the
smoker.
whole thing. Smoke the whole thing, nigga. She was taking her shit off as she was saying it.
Enjoy it. Enjoy.
So,
I got caught like that. My mom went downstairs and left a half a cigarette in the ashtray, and I took a puff. Of course, I didn't know how to inhale, so it's just sitting in my cheeks at this time. And she doubled back up the steps because I guess she forgot something. So I'm sitting there with this curl of smoke coming out of my mouth, and she like, "Did you just smoke my cigarette?" I'm like, With
No,
all
you
this
see,
smoke coming.
then that's another thing. These people get high with their kids. They twerking with their kids. You know what I'm saying?
But your
No,
kids don't even know they ABCs or one, two, threes, but they know how to say fuck, shit, and tote a
yeah.
gun. Like I'm dead.
you know what I
They
mean?
not even teaching cursive anymore in high school. You don't need. You don't. They don't get
Hey,
cursive. What? How?
my
What the
kid,
fuck are y'all doing? They
yo,
killing.
don't none of the kids know how to write in cursive.
Hmm.
That's
Ain't
not a thing
none
anymore.
of them. They don't know what cursive is, man.
On that
Hmm.
spelling, bro. That spelling, like I
They
went to
don't
a
have
meeting.
to
Let me
spell.
tell
They
you
have
something. Let me
phones
tell you
with
something.
autocorrect.
I'm
Yeah, that's the
I
problem.
went to a meeting and one of my kids' meeting. It was what year was this? This had to be 2012 or something like that. So I'm wondering why the kids don't really have homework like every day and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I had some questions. So when I get there, the lady gone, the principal say her thing or whatever. Then she asked what. I said, well, why they don't have spelling and shit and basic math? They gotta y'all send them home with shit and it don't even have the example on the paper. You know what I'm
And
saying? How we used to have the
now we
example
looking
on
dumb.
our shit. We used to have an example at the top of our paper
Right,
or in our
right,
books.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck is the example if they want you to figure this shit out? You know what I'm saying? Like she told me, look, I'm only doing what I'm told. They say we had to take the shit out the schools. That's what the fuck we had to do. I said, take what out the school? She like, we couldn't get spelling books and shit no more. They wasn't sending that shit no more. I'm like,
My kids wasn't coming home with no books. But you
no
know, this is
books, none of
happening.
that
Now,
shit.
that's crazy. That's
It's just
real
like
crazy,
money. It's
man.
just like cash money. As you see, cash money is getting ready to be. That's getting ready to be history.
Yeah,
It's
that's
getting
gonna
ready to
be
be gone. We
yeah, that's
already got a coin shortage. It's all because they're trying to push everything over to cards and to electronic. And what they're gonna do? That's how they're gonna fuck us. I'm telling you.
yeah, exactly. They gonna turn everything off and you ain't gonna have shit.
I don't know if y'all remember. I don't know if y'all. I'm sure all y'all have social media, whatever. But I think y'all remember when Instagram went down, or one of the joints went down for like
Yes,
a whole
yes.
motherfuckers was going
Man,
insane.
IG just did that like 2 months ago. Remember, it went blank.
Yes.
I'm like, what the
Insane.
hell?
And I'm not gonna lie, my page shut down one time, and my heart was broken, bro. I, I thought I lost my life, and I'm like, damn, bitch, you really know people out here in the street, like not
Yeah.
just on social media, like you can walk up on them.
Right.
People was losing their goddamn mind.
Hey, for all y'all on here, for all y'all that's on here, you know what I'm saying? All these people on this panel, man, we gonna have this panel that's going on every Saturday, just like it is right now. These same people gonna be on this panel. We gonna get this movement. We gonna push this movement, and we gonna
Yeah,
push
because
it.
they need to hear us,
Gonna
man.
keep
I'm
this
right,
movement
man.
because
They
I
need to
like
hear
this
this
panel,
shit.
man. I like the way this panel is, man. Everybody getting their point across. We have us a Latino. We got two beautiful black queens, and we got a hood legend. You know what I'm saying? That's still alive. You know, because a lot of his friends gone. But guess what?
Yes,
He's
yes,
still alive
yes.
to tell us. He told me. That's how I'm still alive. He be laughing when I tell him that. I call him
Yeah.
one day and say, I thank God for y'all, OG. He said, why you say that? I say, man, because y'all taught me how to move, man. I'm still alive. I think 3 weeks ahead of that.
We
This
We
shit
move
need
is
more
just,
OGs like him.
yeah, that's
we
how
And
I'm
move
you.
we move different, man.
We need more women like Queen. And you know what, Jules? I just love you.
Thank you.
You are just a wealth of knowledge. Like, I'm just going to be
Yeah,
inboxing you.
yeah. And I'm glad he on here too, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I'm saying, I read a lot of things, but you know what I'm saying, I don't, you know what I'm saying, that's just my input, what I got out of it. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? History, like some man, my old man told me before, man, when I was doing a bit before when he was real spiritual. He said, man, you know when you tell somebody something, about time it get right back to you, it's gonna be a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yep.
After
definitely.
you tell one motherfucker about time it get back to you, you gonna be like, man, I did not say that.
And
You know
that's
what
a
I'm saying?
scientific fact. You can really do that.
So
Put 13 people in a row.
so
remember,
he so he
remember the teacher
said
used to do us
so
like
he
that.
said, check it out. So he said, imagine 3,000 years of being told a story. Back
Hmm.
from generation after generation after generation after generation. It ain't
Yep.
gonna be as fact as it's gonna be some lies, a bunch of lies in between. So he
You know,
Hmm.
said, be careful what you read, bro. Be
when you
careful.
start when people say they believe everything they read, I be like, y'all, we remember that time that we thought the world was flat too.
Right,
Remember that
exactly.
time when y'all thought Christopher Columbus discovered America? Remember
Right.
all those times y'all was wrong?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They mean when he finessed the Indians for the land.
Hmm.
That's what he
He
did. Hey, what
ain't
you say?
finesse,
Hey, Cindy. Hey, Cindy, you
mastered,
the one who told me the story. You say no, he ain't finesse. He
And
had
it,
the guns. Hey, go ahead and tell me that story, man, real quick.
massacred them.
and he he ain't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just Indians, man. It was tribes, man. It was
Hmm.
villages of black folks, man.
Yes.
You know, it was villages of black folks. Like my man said, it was
We
kings
was
and
already wealthy.
we was already, you know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers didn't even have spoons and shit or bowls and shit. They was
They
eating
didn't
off
even know how to
that
watch.
shit.
They was
They,
dirty.
they got that shit from us, man. You know what I mean?
Well, old dirty
Facts.
bastard used
Facts.
to old dirty bastard was talking about that before he died. He was like, it's time for them to give us our land back.
Right, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit go back where y'all was at, man.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? They be telling us you need to go back to Africa. Motherfucker, you better move.
I'm like, go back to. I'm from Philly. I was born in Jefferson Hospital downtown.
No, right.
Well, we
Man,
don't know
Yeah,
shit
you
about
right.
Africa.
go back where? What the fuck did you talking
Hey,
I
about?
want
y'all, I want y'all to make sure that without this page right now, without on here, y'all go and support. Y'all go and support my colleagues now because every week y'all gonna see us together. This same panel. Y'all gonna see Jules, you're gonna see Queen, you're gonna see Chick with the Juice, and you're gonna see Cindy.
And man,
I
and
want
what's
y'all to
my
go and
what's
follow their platforms because they have platforms through the week. Cindy got a show that he do. Chick with the
What
Juice
did you
got a radio
show?
show. She got shirts. She got everything. Queen Lotus got her own show that at night she dropping Jules from New York City. You'll learn about New York if you go on her page. And Jules, he a good supporter of Maz, man.
You're right in
From
the
the streets,
books.
man. He trenches news, man. So we just gonna say that. He
salute
trenches
the
news
Jews,
right
salute y'all, salute all of y'all.
Salute
all
all of
right?
y'all too.
Salute
The
out
there.
mod
y'all
is
too,
everything.
man. You know, shout out to Philly, you know what I'm saying, or that Pennsylvania. I just drove through there, man. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
ain't it forever?
You know, my ears was popping and shit.
Yeah.
Driving through the motherfucking mountains and shit.
And it's funny because we in Philly. Philly is such a big city. You know what I mean? It's like people. You be like, yeah, because I was in Pennsylvania. People in Philly be like, what? That ain't Philly.
Well,
Right.
you right
Yeah.
next door to me, so you right next door.
I
No,
was
I
just
was
in
like,
New York. How they acting up there with that with COVID?
They trying
damn.
to say the numbers going up, but people don't give a shit. They still doing them. They
Hey,
still doing
they
what they
coming out. They coming out with a new COVID like Jordan.
All the
Omicron. It's
time.
called Omicron.
You know, listen, you see how they brainwash you with the COVID. When you wake up in the morning, that's the first
Hold
thing
on.
you hear.
Excuse me, Juice. Excuse me. Hold on, because I zoned out off some weed I smoked earlier. What the hell y'all just say?
It's a new strand of COVID. It's called Omicron.
Ain't this
I
about a
don't care.
bitch?
Yeah, they
Now Abercrombie and Fitch just got a new damn corona.
told you they come out with one there in 2 weeks, man.
But you know what's bad is now when somebody is dead, somebody dies or they're sick, they like, they're like, what they got corona? And you be like, no, he got shot. They be like, oh, all right. I'm like,
Right,
wait a
that's
minute.
common and shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, man,
What
I'd rather
happened
get.
to AIDS and all that
I'd
other
rather,
shit? You know you get sick. Like, oh, I ain't get corona. Like, yeah, but you know you got herpes, right?
right, that's crazy, right? You crazy, Queen.
They be forgetting about this other shit. I know y'all keep wondering why I keep going out in the dark. I'm in my car.
It's all good. Yeah, like I said, they blindfold us. They gave everybody them, all that money so we can just forget about everything else.
Yeah,
You
that's why we
know,
need people like
I mean,
Jules. We need people like Queen. We need people like you. We need people like Swipe to educate our folks. We can't save the world, but god damn it, you can
we
start
can
one
say,
person at a
hey,
time.
hey,
Exactly.
Well, we all
hey, if
got
one, you done your job,
platforms.
man.
We all got platforms. Everybody got a platform in their city. And the good thing
Yeah,
about it is, if we can meet up twice a week, and then this how I'm doing it. Ain't no just cause this swipe on here streaming y'all start every week. Y'all gotta pick something. Somebody gotta pick a topic. Y'all running the show. Like
man, there's a
one
lot
week
of things we can
to
touch
be
on,
running it.
bro.
Queen to be
Hell yeah,
running
I
it.
got a lot of topics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
right,
about.
man.
That way we help each other, and we gonna help
But
each other. We
see,
gonna
it's
show y'all.
another thing. It's a one bad topic that I don't like. That, like, what I'm saying, far as like women, teaching their youngins how to twerk too. That what I'm saying, that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? We don't teach them how to twerk. Teach them how to work. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like that pole or a stripper job, and that ain't the
All of
money.
these parents just
Like,
had ample opportunity to teach their
no.
children about business.
And then look,
All these entrepreneurs and all this stuff that came out of this, all the good stuff that came out of COVID, like people who started businesses and all of that stuff. If they did their research, their children should be good.
That's a
right.
fact.
And then another thing that about the kids, like they lazy. Like we weren't lazy like that. We
Hey, we
had
weren't
we had
lazy,
shit to
bro.
do
That's because we
every
went
time
outside
we
and
got up.
played.
When
They
we
just
wake
stay
up,
inside and play with their fingers.
it was a routine thing we had to do. You knew what the fuck to do when you got up, nigga. Ain't no one, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, what I'm saying, I
Be in this
told my
fucking
daughters,
house and
look,
get
I
the fuck out.
told my daughters, look, we got all that nail shit we bought. You know what I'm saying? You can make money off nails, do mobile nails, go to them and do their nails. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I had to teach them,
Everything is
look, I'm
mobile.
not gonna keep on just giving you shit when you can make money
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. And
You know what I'm
Saturday
saying?
you ain't going nowhere till you clean this fucking house, clean your room. You can
Right,
watch
they
your
don't,
Soul
you know
Train
what
and your
I'm saying?
cartoons while you're cleaning the goddamn room up.
You start them early with allowance. You start them early with allowance. This is the chores that you do. This is how much money you get at the end of the week. Oh, you wanted to go to the movies or whatever the fuck. Not now, but back in the day. You want to go
Right
to the
back
movies?
in
You want now that I don't know what the fuck they was
right,
doing now.
definitely not
They like,
now.
you
Hey, look, I got a story to tell right quick. When I was 8, I'm gonna ask y'all something. How old was y'all? How old was you when you first went to the movies by yourself?
About 12 or 13.
I'm gonna
yeah,
say,
12.
I'm gonna say 12. So
Yeah,
12. Yeah,
around
about
12.
12.
You wanna
12,
know how
13.
old I was when I was able to go to the store by myself? Y'all
How
won't go. I swear to God, my mama has a picture. Look, you know how old I was?
how
Five
I
with a note. Five
I
with a
was
note.
3 years old going to the store for my
What?
mother. I
shut
was
up.
3. 3.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2" right now.
You was probably a big 3-year-old.
I mean, yeah, I was a big
Hey,
3 years
he
old.
always been big my
That's
whole
what I
life. My
thought.
whole
Look,
life he been the same
look,
size.
I always thought ahead of my time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would just catch on with shit. You see what I'm saying? Like my mama would be at the tavern too fucking long. I'm going to get her.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hey, Jeanette, your goddamn son is outside.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I gotta
Yep.
go, y'all. I'm gone. I'm gone. Come on, man. I'm little than a motherfucker. They got
Yeah.
a picture of me on the corner. I take my mama note to the store. They give her the money.
Who
They
know
give
about
them
the
the money.
notes?
Yeah.
I give them the note. She get the money. They give me the change, and I take the shit back to my mom's, Joe.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Them
You see
notes
what
went
I'm
a long
saying?
way
And
back
then
then.
I was 8 years old going to the show. Me and my cousin by ourselves on the L,
Mm,
on the
mm.
L with a note to get in the show. With my mama number on there. They call them Miss Parker.
Yep, they will call them and check
Yeah.
too, and they'll call
All
them
that.
too.
I know
Yeah.
y'all surprised. They say I know y'all surprised, but they a little bit more advanced than 8 years old. She said y'all. She like, well, we'll watch, make sure they okay, and we go on in the show. Me and my cousin, 8 years old. So I done a lot of things before a lot of people was able to do it on their own.
Yeah.
So I tell my kids, I see it before it comes.
Yeah.
I see it before it come. Before you start, I already know what you finna do, man.
Damn right. They keep forgetting we was just that age 2 minutes ago.
Right. I said you ain't never
Yeah.
been my age. I've been yours.
And we actually had to live our lives. We weren't introduced to technology and all these platforms
Right.
Hell
and,
You
no.
and
know
all
what
We
that
had to
And
write
they
until way
keep
directions
telling
later.
me I'm
down.
an
We
old
had to
head at
live our lives.
52. Listen, 52 is not old. 52, you middle age, honey. Old is
Yep.
70,
Exactly.
65.
Yeah,
What's
Exactly.
wrong
yeah,
with
yeah.
y'all?
Exactly.
But the point I was trying to make is that a lot of the things that we see right now is because, like Cini was saying, they influenced by the computers, bro. They influenced by things that they see, and even if the
Exactly.
mother is a good mother, like say if the father's not around, she lives in the projects and she's a good person. If she works 3 to 11, that child is done for, even if she's a good person.
Yep.
That's true.
He's not gonna
And
be
that's
old.
and that's facts, bro.
Yeah,
Somebody
That's
said it's
facts.
our time now. It is your time now, but the reason why we here is so that we could teach y'all our experiences so that you don't have to waste all that time learning on your own. So you should be
Right.
hold us as valuable
Exactly.
because we're the only ones that could tell y'all what it was.
I had some tomorrow.
And then a lot of then you gonna feel stupid when you say, man, if I would have listened. If I would have took that advice and ran with it, I'd be in a whole nother situation. See, that's what a lot of them gonna run into. You see what I'm saying? And then when the judge say, uh, 70 years to life or something like that, they go to crime. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know what I'm saying? I ain't scared to say it. I just beat a gun case because I live in Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They shot me one time for no apparent reason. I'm not finna keep letting these kids shoot me. Get your
Mhm.
kid. Get
Get
your
Mhm.
your
kid.
kids
That's all I'm gonna
before
tell
they end
you.
up
Get your
dead, cause
kid.
I'ma blow his head off
You know
fucking
what
with
I'm
me.
saying? Because I'm not finna keep on letting. I ain't in this shit. I don't got nothing to do with it, and I'm not finna let you just practice on me. I ain't
Hey,
practice.
And you know,
what you say?
wh-
Right.
Hey, what you say? Hey, Juice. What you say? You said when you seen the shorty them by the car. What you holler out the car?
What? Say that again.
What you say when you said they was about it when you was outside the store? You said you rolled down the window.
When
Was
they
like,
was when I now my window was already down. I just act like I was talking to whoever was in the car, and I was like, yeah, because you know what I mean. The first person to jiggle my handle, they gonna get this guy. I'm gonna blow their fucking head off. Then he deterred his little ass and went to the other
And then
and
the
robbed that nigga
moral,
on the bike.
the moral of the story was that I was in the bullpen with these niggas that's crying. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? No, 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 we ain't gonna do none of that. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
whole
Y'all,
nother
you
story
know
when
what
that
I'm saying?
judge
No,
say
you,
40
you, you
years.
man the fuck up, man. We don't want to
and
hear
let
that
me
shit
tell you,
like
I
that.
used to feel honored when the OGs used to take their time to teach me something more. You know, I was all
Hey,
fucking ears and
Yeah, me
shit.
too. Me too.
I'm
It was
45.
like
I'm still looking
inspiring,
for the
you know what I'm
OGs.
saying? because like I was raised to not even listen to no bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you finna tell me, try to send me off and none of that, man, I just wasn't that kid. Like, man, go over there and grab all that shit and bring it here. You
Hmm.
got, I was a little ahead of my, I was a little, man, you go get that shit. What the fuck wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Them kids, motherfucking kids, I think them grown folks used to be looking at me like, boy, man, I ain't going to touch that shit. I'm scared of Jeanette Parker. Jeanette will kill me, man.
I
Fuck
ain't scared
what
of
you
nobody.
talking about, go get. That lady gonna have a ball with my behind.
I'm telling you,
Man, we was just different, bro.
we
You
was
know what I'm
different.
saying?
We was different.
Yeah,
That's
man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't cry now, man. If you got a nerve to kill the motherfucker, if you got the guts to go do your life, man. You got to go do your life too. Go on,
Um,
take it side
But
the
you better be
side of
ready.
the
They
head.
cold as hell in themselves, and they motherfuckers gonna forget about you. Them letters ain't gonna keep coming.
Look, this what they do. They get the blanket. They get the blanket and put it over their head while they on the phone.
right.
Cause they don't want to let you see them crying to their mama or their baby mama or some shit.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah,
my
that,
God.
and I think that's
I
a good
used,
point.
man, I
That's
be
a good
like,
point that
man,
you just made.
I'm ask a guy like, man, what the fuck he got the blanket over his head for talking on the phone? Man, he under that crying, man.
The brother Eastside Jeffrey Manning said the old heads sending motherfuckers off nowadays. They are, but see, those are the little twats that was left after all the leaders got taken off the streets.
They the wrong old heads, baby.
Now
Well,
they
no,
will.
if I ever saw that, like, ever in my life, he get a general checking or whatever happen, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't never allow no motherfucker to be out there. If you know what I'm saying, what the fuck you just told that boy, man?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? What's the fuck wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? That's why my stripes come from not just being a yes man. I probably wouldn't have never lived to see my age if I would have been one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so easy for them to be influenced. I wasn't influenced. I was the shit to me.
Hey, so when y'all ask me, when y'all be like trenches, man, you different, you a leader. That's how my OGs taught me. My OGs taught me to think that I was King David. You is King David. You is Larry Hoover. I
Right,
always thought like I was them already. Without no authority, I thought I had it. So long as
right.
I thought like that, I was straight. And that's how I always
All
thought
right,
I was the
bro.
leader.
And all I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, it take real warriors to survive in Chicago, bro. It don't take ain't no, you know what I'm saying, back even when we was little, you know what I'm saying, we had real stone cold come blow your brain out guys back then. You know what I mean? Ain't no playing around. It was just that dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You nowadays you just gotta be on point, period.
Yeah, and I
Point
think
blank,
and I think that's because
period.
they took the power structure away, because even back in the days, even in the 70s and the 80s, there was still structure to these gangs. There was still leaders. There was still people to
Right.
report to. There was
Somebody
still
had somebody
accountability.
to answer
But
to.
once they took that away from the people, that leadership, and we know who we're talking about. Once that was taken away, then it's just like in any army, in any government, there's going to be a vacuum that happens. And so now, instead of having seven main cliques, you have 700.
Right.
Right. That's what I
Hey, I
used to.
got a
Yeah.
I got a question for my guy. What's his name?
Jules.
Jules. What's the story behind the community centers gone now?
Yeah, I
First
was gonna
thing,
bring that up because that's part of my mission right now. I'm doing one in a youth center. I did one in Massachusetts. I'm trying to do
Mhm.
one here in Atlanta, and I think that those safe spaces for our kids to go to, instead of being all day on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, that they can actually play pool and ping pong and chop it up with
Right.
some of the guidance counselors, and even get their mentals checked without them even knowing. Meaning like that people are actually showing them love, helping them with their homework. We need to
Exactly.
bring homework centers and youth centers and safe spaces. And even back in the days, at least up north, we had places where you could come at midnight to go play basketball and stuff
yep.
like
See,
that.
now
But
that's
but they
good.
have to be
I see we
secure.
ain't had that.
Yeah, they have to be secure, because if they're not secure and people don't have heart to come out and volunteer and
Right.
protect our children, then people are gonna slide on each other. That's the
That's
reality.
Right,
what's up.
right. And
What's
then
up?
see, I mean, it's after school programs in certain areas. I wouldn't say it's just not in not in every area. It's just the communities that's more infested doesn't have them. You see what I'm saying?
Of course, it's like here in Atlanta where I'm at right now. All of the kids in the suburbs got MacBooks and desktops and everything, and the
Right.
kids from East Point and College Park and Decatur, they didn't get nothing.
They don't
I'm
get
in
nothing.
zone. I used to live in Southwest Atlanta, Zone 4, Allison Court and Delow.
Yeah,
Don't
so
get
you
no
know.
hood.
Yeah, it's
And
no.
it,
When I first came to Atlanta, I was in East Point. East Point, I have never. East Point looks like something you would see in Beirut. You
yep,
know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
yep.
Yeah,
Let's
They call
see.
where I live. They called SWAT. They called it SWAT side. It
SWAT
was
side.
ATC. It was right off Camilton Road, Allison Court and
Yep,
Delow. And
right there off of the train tracks.
and right there is nothing but projects. It was
Mm.
Nothing but projects.
nothing but
But
projects.
but
But
think
let me
about
tell you,
this. They're
let me
even regentrifying that area now.
no, I just was in Atlanta and I just was around there and they are regenerating. I just was about to say that they're rebuilding out there.
Hmm.
However, when I lived there, I used to live in those apartments, right? Those apartments, that gated community that looks down onto there. Now,
Hmm.
I know exactly what
there's
it is.
two gas stations. It's the Quick Stop and then the little Blimpies is a gas station right there. And those two gas stations, I can remember having to go to the store and I'm like, I'm not from Atlanta. I'm really like I'm not really, it took me a long time to really get used to it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's how I am when I
And I
move.
was like, damn, like
Yeah,
I need,
you
I
can't
need,
go to the gas station there if you
no,
ain't known.
I'm like, I need tree. Like, who I'm gonna get weed from? Because they're like, "Hey, you gotta go down there." I said, down there where? Down there where all the motherfuckers is at
Nah,
surrounding the bars.
nah.
They
That's
out
Swiper.
like,
Swiper, I don't know if you remember. I think we need to do a video on teaching people how to go to the gas station, keeping it real. Yeah,
You know,
because
see,
you lose your life.
I can't even go at night. That's not even gonna happen.
Yeah, like I used to go all the way up to North Atlanta just to go to the gas station,
I don't
keeping it
go at
real.
night. It got to be daytime. I
yeah,
got to see everything.
Atlanta is not, places I'm not sure about. I'm sure, well, like it sounds like to me, Chicago, Atlanta. I know for a fact because when I lived in Atlanta, I was in the streets. I was definitely in the streets, and that's where if you ain't at the strip club, you at the gas station.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard like that's where in Philly.
Yeah, well, Philly is like Philly. You ain't safe no fucking where no more. You go to the grocery store.
You ain't
You ain't
safe
safe.
nowhere. No city is safe. I went to Jersey when I moved to Jersey for a little while, and I had to get me some weed too. I was like, shit, I need me a connect out here. So I
Yep.
ran into some little dude. That little dude started saying, "You ain't got to come out here, Auntie. I'm gonna bring you your stuff. You just call me."
That's
I'm
how
not
they going. Hey, that's how they going, Joe.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I
like
wanna.
I don't understand. It's just a few people that I still be seeing like still on the corners.
Hmm.
Like what is that shit, bro? Like
listen. My folks just got out of jail. He just did 12 years. So
Wow.
you know what I mean. He like, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm about to hit the block. The block. It's still
Yeah. No.
it's still crackheads out
No, you know what it
blood.
is that these kids are traumatized. Seriously, they really are. And I
They
think
are.
that Twitch here on the live, he made a good point. He said that we need more therapists in our communities. Like we can't just think that we can make it in basketball and baseball and these different things where
but not
we
only
kind
do
of
we
feel like
need,
entertainers, but we're stronger than that. And
That's
our
right.
minds are so talented that you see the manifestation of our power on the
Right.
basketball and the football because these are the opportunities that you see. But I
Right.
think that our people need to really think about becoming therapists and becoming
But see,
social workers and be
I'm
able to help these kids through this trauma. They're traumatized.
I
yeah.
want to just say something about the whole therapist thing. I think that's a wonderful idea. First, we have to get the black community and our community, period, as a whole, everybody, to even accept mental health.
True.
Not
Yeah.
we are.
Cause
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm talking about this firsthand. I literally got a check on my daughter. My daughter's been suffering from mental health issues, and not so bad where she's trying to hurt herself, but depression and anxiety and all these other things that stop her from living a regular life. but
Yeah,
he's
and
terrified
you
to go to the doctors.
right. And see, they took that out of the schools. They took that out of the jail systems. And plus they took it out of public aid and social security
Yep,
sometimes as well.
yep.
Because
Yes.
that's very it's needed. It's guaranteed. I mean, it's we need that shit, man.
My
Like
mom, my
because
mom
just check it
died.
out. Back when they had it, it was like not really that rough, man. You know what I
It
mean?
wasn't.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't.
really that rough, man. You can walk places, man. You know what I mean?
Our
Now
kids need
ain't
crisis
no such
counseling
thing
before they
as
get out of elementary school.
rough.
Hey,
Mm.
hey,
What?
um, all y'all who on here, we'll be getting on here. I'm gonna talk to everybody who on here, so we'll be getting 2 days talking to y'all every day until we can drill this shit into y'all. We gonna keep
Yeah.
this same panel. We're not changing no panel. So this will be the panel. So for all y'all who want to follow them personally, they finna tell y'all their address before we leave out of here where y'all can follow them on their platforms. And y'all, hey, look, y'all support them too. Just how y'all support me, support them. We gonna
Yes,
support
sir.
each other.
Yes, sir.
If we can
Yes,
all
sir.
support each other and show everybody that we can support each other, it can start with us. Cause these
Yes,
the
sir.
people,
Yes,
these the
sir.
OGs who started it, who it came from. So, you know, we gotta better ourselves. But it's shout out Jules, my boy,
Yeah.
shout out Queen Lotus, 126. They gonna tell y'all where y'all can follow them though. Shout out Chick with the Juice, and shout out my big homie Cindy the Don, man. They gonna tell y'all before we go, man. Before we wrap it up, they gonna tell y'all where y'all can follow them at. We'll start with Jules. Jules, kick it
Uh,
off.
my name is Jules Andalusi. I'm not really big on online. I'm more of a grassroots person, so I'm well known around the country, but more in the hood because I'm a history teacher. I write
I
books,
love Jules.
and so I'm not online. I don't have no subscribers or nothing like that. But if you ask about me, people know about me.
Ask about me. I love you, Jules.
Yes,
Thank you.
baby.
Yes. You could catch me on Instagram, lotus.queen.31. I have my YouTube channel, Queen Lotus 126. And that's about it for me.
Lotus
Uh,
126.
my name is, they call me Juice. I am Chick with the Juice. I can be found on Instagram. Unless you want to be like my 20th follower on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. Um, but I am on Instagram, and it is Chick with the Juice, as you see it spelled down here. And with a number 2 behind it. I also have a podcast that comes on every Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. That is streamed live on YouTube on the Glockaware channel. And I do review music, and we do a bunch of good stuff, man. We have a ball, man. Check us out sometimes. And I just want to say that I absolutely positively had a ball talking with you guys, and I really got a great vibe. And we need more, we need clones.
Same
Ditto.
here.
Salute, Queen. Salute. Salute all
Salute.
y'all.
Salute for everybody.
Salute,
Thank
no
you,
doubt.
Swiper. This was needed.
There's your boy. There's your boy, Sing Ding, man. You know what I'm saying? Sing the Don. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Too Much Soft on Instagram, Too Much Soft, you feel me? And Facebook is just Cindy Seagulls. And my YouTube channel is Like It or Not, man, my podcast. You know what I'm saying? And just look me up, man. We talking about real thorough stuff, so don't be sensitive if you don't want to come on there, cause I speak my mind.
Yeah, don't come on my show. My
Don't
show
come
called
on there
Wild
with
Mouth.
crying and stuff, cause I keep it 1,000.
Celine, what's your Instagram again? I didn't hear you.
Too much sauce, you feel me?
I'm
Too much
following.
sauce, man. I'm
I
bringing
got
it,
you. I
man.
got you.
And
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
just I'm
go ahead and
I'm just rolling.
subscribe for me on that Like It or Not, and y'all check my
Yeah.
podcast out. I got a lot of them on that. First, it was I think it was what it was called. Oh, Let's Talk, but somebody else had that name, so I had to change. You know what I mean? But it's on there, man. Check me out, man. Real shit. I'm pushing that. Hey, I got a lot of thoughts. But I
All right.
love y'all, man. Shout out to all y'all come from Philly, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Shot Town saying that love. We got love. Don't think we all out here crazy like that, bro.
Oh, I know it, man. I'm gonna come in the summer because it's too windy out there.
Yeah, I know, man. I can't wait to the summer myself, man.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
be safe,
For
though,
me, I'm
man.
Y'all,
over with.
I
I'm
love
over with
y'all.
Cypher
Hey,
Y'all
gang.
be
look,
I'm over
safe.
with Trench
Salute.
Louis.
thank y'all for jumping on from my hood to your hood.
Yeah.
This is my panel. This is the panel for us. 2 ice a week. I'm gonna inbox y'all when we get off here, all y'all, to talk to y'all and let us know so we can
All
bring
right.
the ideas and we can bring this platform to a good
Yeah.
conclusion. It was the first time, so y'all honored. Thank for y'all supporting us,
Yeah.
man. We out, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Peace, y'all.
One love.
Peace
Peace.
out.